Okay, attempt number 2. Well, so far so good. Here we are again. Sorry about that, folks. I quite literally inhaled to begin my usual preamble spiel. And my laptop, which is, by the way, less than 1 year old, turns 1 next week, I think. Less than 1 year old. Blue screen. Out of the blue, with no clear indication that it was going to do so. Blue screen, the error reason that it gave was thread exception not handled. I'm gonna have to look up what that means in a little while, but we're okay for right now, so I'm just gonna knock on my head because there is absolutely no wood for me to knock on anywhere nearby. So hopefully it's all good. I love technology, don't all of you? I'm gonna be one of those people. I'm gonna retire. Like, I'm gonna get my college degree, I'm gonna get a job, I'm gonna work in that stupid field that I'm doing stuff in. It's not stupid, I'm just slightly frustrated at the blue screen. I'm gonna work in that field for 25, 30 years, then I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna get a cabin out in the woods, and I'm gonna become completely self-sufficient and isolate myself completely from technology forever. Just live entirely off the land, with absolutely no access to social media or anything else whatsoever. Because Jesus fucking Christ. You're 1 year old! What the hell? Anyway. Before it throws a hissy fit and a temper tantrum, because apparently it's going through its terrible twos at less than 1 year old. Let's get started. So after last time, I decided to take a little field trip to Niakara because free in, first of all, but second of all, there's a couple of things that act as a nexus point for us coming here. There's a character episode here. There's an elite monster we need to find over on the, in the Niakara Halamont. So there's a couple of reasons for us to come here, but things will probably pick up in terms of pace today because we don't have any place new to explore on the world map. We've explored the entirety of the world map with the exception of the final dungeon and any fractured dimensions we come across, so... Excuse me again. So the pace might pick up a little bit, because all we got to do today is hunt 2 elite monsters and do 3 character episodes, and then we can move on with the actual plot of the game. So we'll see how that all works out. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Tales of Xillia 2, the stream edition. Where's the door? There's the door. So like I said, we're in Neokara. Last time, we completed Chapter 11. Mila, from a fractured dimension, suffered a fate worse than death, and as a result, we got Mila from the Prime Dimension back. Again, nice outfit, but I don't know about the... What would you even call those? Like stockings? Whatever she's wearing around her legs. I'm not a big fan of them. She's also lost the shoulder pauldrons, quote-unquote, that Fractured Mila has, so that's a little unfortunate, but, you know, that happens, I guess. Excuse me, chickens. Do not sick the Kuko gods on me. So I don't know if... I think we looked at these last time, but just in case we didn't, here are the 2 monsters we have, elite monsters we have left to fight. We have Goddess Touch, and we have Hydra Blade. Goddess Touch is in the Holomot. Hydra Blade is in Kukar Ice Caverns. We're going to go fight them today. But on top of that, we have a few other jobs that we can go do. So Hazel of the Tatalian Abyss will probably be available to us after we are done with the elite monsters. But I don't even know if I want to bother with doing it, to be honest. Like, at this point, it's like, if it keeps going up like this, I'm never going to make it to that point, you know, where we'll finish the job. Because if 3 is silver token... That'd mean 4 would be silver badge, 5 would be silver seal, 6 would be silver medal, 7 would be gold token, and 8 would be gold badge. And then you could fight the monster at the end of that whole thing. And yeah, no, that's we're not gonna get into gold at all. If we get through silver badge to silver seal, that would be unexpected. So. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So I just don't think we're even going to bother, to be honest. I mean, I might send the cats out to do it, but I don't know yet. I believe this job here, because it's from Ruka, and I believe Ruka being a Tails character from a prior game, Ruka's part of the cameo battle in the game, so you want to do this one if you want to do the cameo battle. But other than that, I'm like, Again, it's the same as the other ones. I don't really care much about that stuff. There are a couple that we can do now, though, like Jolene's Part 6 plea. We can get a tiara by giving her an apple. We have 2 apples, so there you go, Jolene. All set and ready to go. Still have these silver badge ones, so those we can't really do anything about. Then there's silver seal ones as well, which, again, we may get to. If we do, that's cool. If we don't, that's fine. I'm going to take this one, I guess, because we'll go do that in the Mon Highlands, because at one point we're going to go to... We're going to go to Jeondu, so we'll be in the area, but I think if I remember right, one of the character episodes actually takes us to the Mon Highlands, so then we can just do that while we're there. And yeah, this one might be one of the last ones that we do right here, Vaywind Ice Strikes Back, because this one will be nice and quick. And then this silver badge one will be nice and quick, but this one might be a little bit in terms of the last one that we do. We can also do from Vera with Sympathy and Birds of a Feather. I think if I remember right, I already collected a bunch of Lightstream spores off screen, so that should be pretty quick and easy to do as well. But now that we've accepted all of the jobs that don't have massive title requirements that you would never be able to match no matter what you do, we can actually move right along. You know, I can afford to part with 1 potato if it gets me 11,000 gold. I can also afford to part with 2 wild grass seeds if it gets me another 11,000 gold. But basically, yeah, so the first thing we're going to do in terms of elite monsters is we're going to go after Goddess Touch. But maybe we'll go do the character episode here first, because I think it's nice and quick. The other 2 are not nice and quick because they involve us going into fractured dimensions and fighting bosses. So, well, a boss in one of the cases and 2 bosses, or 5 depending on how you define it, in the other one. So, but this one is technically speaking Prime Mila episode 1. It's really quote-unquote Mila episode 3, but I believe you don't have access to this one if you didn't do the first 2 episodes. So if you chose to neglect Fractured Mila because you don't like her as a character or whatever, I don't think you get access to these. I don't know. I've never been in a situation where that's happened to me. So, like, I always do these character episodes right when they pop up, just to be sure that I'm done with them, you know. So, but yeah, let's do the Mila we know, because it's nice and quick.
Lady Mila, you've deigned to return to us at last.
This is the real, well, the Prime Dimension version.
It's been a while.
Yes, so.
Has everything been going smoothly in my absence?
Yes, thanks to the myriad blessings of Lady Mila, our lives remain free of want or worry.
Well, that's good, because with you guys being out in the sticks, I would have thought that rampant capitalism would have made your lives a lot harder.
Very well. That's good to... Cook?
Oop.
I've never
Sorry,
tried.
I skipped that one. I didn't realize it was going to immediately skip the line. I figured it was going to make me do it because I can't skip this one. I believe Elle was asking if she could cook.
Did you want to taste my cooking?
Not really. I just remembered what a good cook Mila was.
Elle.
You know what? I'm never calling you by her name. I only know one Mila.
Very well, if that pleases you.
This doesn't tick you off? I mean it. I'll never call you by her name.
I don't know if you're trying to get a rise out of her, but the other Mila definitely would have taken the bait already at this point.
That's fine. And if you decide to change your mind one day, that's okay too.
Why would I change my mind?
That's for you to decide.
You sure are cold.
She's just more emotionally mature.
Cold? I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to come off that way.
Saying you're sorry doesn't fix squat.
I suppose you're right. But maybe you'd be interested in being friends?
Friends? Where'd that come from all of a sudden?
I just like to know you better, Al. Not just for my sake, but for the other Mila too.
I hate you!
Well, that's not very nice. Aren't you gonna go after her? It's okay to be angry at her, you know. I mean, I guess it is okay to be angry at her because she hasn't really treated... It's understandable why she's treating this Mila poorly because she went through a traumatic experience that involved the death of the other Mila, but I would say it still is okay to be angry at her.
I'm not upset about the name thing. And I suspect that getting angry would only backfire.
Probably true.
So you really do want to be friends with her?
I know it can't be easy for her to overcome the loss of someone so close. But I do want her to get on with her life. All humans have that capability.
It's a fair point.
Still, I think that probably wasn't the best time to ask her to be friends.
Well, Mila's working on that. She's been in the abyss for a while.
Next time, how about trying to gently support her feelings?
Supporting her physically is easy enough. But feelings can be so difficult.
Yeah, that's the Mila I remember. I know Jude's already helping, but if it makes any difference, I'll also help.
Thank you. I appreciate the gesture. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time left.
How come?
As I said before, maintaining my physical form here is consuming precious mana.
Mana that we need to get Spyrite moving so that we can, you know, actually start making the world a better place.
I must resolve this situation as quickly as possible and return to the spirit realm.
So in case any of you are wondering if Jude was going to get any, if he's gonna, he'd better do it quick.
You're right.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound cold. I guess I'm pretty lousy at supporting your feelings, too.
That's not true. I know that you're always by my side. And you always will be.
I still have your pendant, even though it's not on my model in this game.
Jude.
I'll go get Elle. You two can have some alone time. So yeah, like I said, nice and quick Mila episode 3. The other two, not so quick.
What is
but
it? You've been staring at me for some time.
That hair that sticks out of your head. I don't think my Mila had that.
Yeah, that's fair. No, it's all good, Jude. You were stuck to a wall. It's kind of hard to do anything in that particular case. Speaking of Mila, though, we're going to have Prime Mila do this fight against Goddess Touch because, if I remember correctly, its weak point is on the front section of it. Like, It kind of looks like a centaur, I guess. So where the human part of the centaur would be normally, that's, I think, its weak point. So since Mila has Cloud Pierce, and that hits multiple times in the part where the human part would be in the centaur, excuse me, seems like a good option to start with. I think it's also weak to light, which Shimmer Spin is, so that would work pretty good. I also think I already used the Fruit Yakisoba, so we'll just do this and then immediately go straight to Kukar Ice Caverns and fight Hydro Blade as well. So we'll go do that. Although, actually, let me think about this before we do that. How are we doing on affinity here? Yeah, that's what I thought, honestly. So basically, what happened with Mila, Fractured Mila, when you had the opportunity to not let go of her and then say, hang in there, Elle needs you in the previous episode, that increased her affinity substantially, and Prime Mila inherits that affinity. So right now, she's probably up higher than most people, even though she hasn't necessarily been in the party for very long. So that's why her affinity is so high, almost rivaling Leia's by comparison to everybody else. So there you go. Hey Marie, how you doing? Welcome back. If you see two separate streams, one that's only like 2 minutes long, you can ignore that first one. My computer blue screened as soon as I sat down and inhaled to start my preamble today, so I said, okay, full stop, let's just start over. And so this is the start over, and we're actually working on that now. But we just did episode 3 for Prime Mila, which was a very quick interaction. Basically, Elle reinforcing the fact that she doesn't like Prime Mila, and Prime Mila being the Mila we know from the first game, basically, about the whole thing. Not being ignorant of Elle's feelings, but not really knowing how to properly reciprocate them. And that was the gist. So, little intro, I guess, for her. Alright, let's use a holy bottle, because here we'll probably want them. You saw the blue clothes on Mila, and suddenly the last stream came flooding back. Yeah, that, it was a pretty heavy stream, all things considered. A lot happened, so it will do that, unfortunately. But, excuse me, it will. Alright, I've got 2 holy bottles. I don't know if we'll need both of them, because we're going to go straight to Kukar Ice Caverns after this. But I may have to do a little bob and weave in here, depending on where these guys go. So I'm going to kind of give them some room to run, so that way they don't, like, run into me in the process. So. But yeah, we just finished, like I said, Mila episode 3, which is really technically Prime Mila episode 1. We have 2 elite monsters to hunt today. We're doing the first one right now. Second one immediately after. Then we have 2 more character episodes, and then we can move directly on to Chapter 12, just like that. Now, will we finish Chapter 12 today? Probably not, but we'll probably get very close to the end of it today. My goal today is to get to basically right before the boss fight at the very latest of Chapter 12. So, but yeah, the pace might pick up a little bit because we have less to explore. Well, that's what we're fighting. I guess the centaur metaphor wasn't the most apt thing. But, well, there you go. Is this game the unlucky 13 chapters? Actually, no. This game has 16 chapters in it. So, depending on how things go, I don't think we'll finish this game before the week of Halloween. And the week of Halloween, I'm going to play Infamous Festival of Blood to kind of cap off the Infamous duology. So, I don't think we'll quite finish this before then, but we will probably finish it the week after. So, alright, big guy, let's see what you've got. Who am I going to link with? Probably Leia, actually. Now, what do I have you guys set on for strategies here? Protect yourself. Okay, I know why I did that. In between streams, I actually did a little bit of quote-unquote grinding. And by grinding, what I mean is I took Mila's Undine healing art, and I actually used it a total of 400 times. What this allows us to do with Undine is Mila can now heal status ailments in the area around her when she summons Undine. So that takes care of our status ailment problem, because from now on, if anybody gets status, Mila will just walk right up to them and use Undine, and then statuses are gone. So we don't have access to Dispel in this party, which is a little unfortunate. We have syrup bottles, which will help a little bit, but we now have access to status healing, which we did not have with Leia previously, and that was a big hole in our strategy, but now we've got that taken care of. So now, did it take, an hour to do that 400 times? Sure, but it's done, and I don't have to grind arts ever again for this game, so there you go. That thing is fucking irradiated as well. It's a good thing. I actually don't know if spirits can get irradiated, so it probably won't bother Mila all that much. But anyway, put up the spirit bottle. There we go, because he'll immediately, whatchamacallit. Wait, hold on. Where's my cloud pierce? No, I pressed the button. It didn't go. Alright, that's fine. I'll do it again. Oh, good. Got him down. Nice. Alright, everybody do some big damage, as big of damage as you can do. I'll just use whirling self multiple times because it'll do big damage.
Combine our powers. Spirits, Tetra elements.
And then you want to end the combo with Tetra elements, so. And then annihilate him again, because we hit him with 5 elements in a row. So, and like I said, his weak point is in his head. So if you keep hitting that and you use a bunch of elements, which Mila is really good at doing, you can kind of just trash the guy. It doesn't really take much for that one. Thank you for grinding that off screen. Just don't have the time for that anymore. Yeah, no, I wouldn't make anyone watch that. That's way too much bullshit to just be sitting. Like, I was sitting there, again, literally for 45 minutes. Just, Undine singing noises. Undine singing noises. I had to mute the TV after about a minute of it, so there you go. Oh, the King and L. Good lord, that was fast. Yeah, we got that guy pretty quick.
Elle.
You seem unwell.
Your Highness, can I ask you something? What's your job? I mean, what does a king do?
I remember this skit.
If I had to sum it up in a single line, I'd say it's putting the needs of his people before himself.
Does that mean you'd be willing to die to save me?
No. A king cannot sacrifice himself for any individual, not you or anyone else. That would be an abdication of duty and a betrayal of his subjects.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that.
However, if I could save someone important to me by risking my own life, I would do so without hesitation.
If I could put aside my kingly duties for 1 minute.
But you just said you wouldn't die for someone. What's the difference?
In other words, I would do what your Mila did.
My Mila.
Yes. Although I imagine the Mila I know would have done the same.
But it made me feel bad.
You need to turn your sadness into pride for having been protected. Live a life that will prove to her that you were indeed worth saving.
It's a fair way of looking at it.
I don't entirely get it, but I think I sort of understand. Thanks, Your Highness. Luger, I was just talking to His Highness about what happened. He sort of helped me through it.
He did, didn't he?
Kids probably aren't supposed to bother kings with their problems, huh?
No, listen. Kids are just as much the subjects of kings as anyone else, and besides, I'm sure he was happy to help.
Yeah, I think he was. Even though I'm just a kid, His Highness really tried to help. The kings in storybooks are mostly jerks, but His Highness is different. He's a good king.
Well, you gotta remember, Rollo's also in the party, so Gaius has a bit of an example to follow. That's a really good skit. I like that one a lot. That's probably one of my favorites in the game. It's very sweet, it's very tender, and it shows a Gaius that we just don't really see very much. It almost reminds me of like, oh no, okay, this is the kind of relationship that he had with his sister Carla, because as far as I'm aware, Gaius is the oldest of the two of them. So, yeah, it's a very tender little scene. I like it a lot. So is Fractured Mila a queen by the extension of this skit? Possibly. I guess it depends on how you how you look at your lords of spirits. I mean, she's a lord at the very least, so. Where am I going? Kukar Ice Caverns, that's where I'm going. Because we gotta go fight Ye Old Hydro Blade. I believe it's closer to the Xylan Woods entrance, I think. Yeah, because I think it's in that lake area there, so we'll head that way. And since this one is weak to fire, we're going to get Gaius out because he's got Beast, and Beast is fire elemental. We're also going to give him Kagetsuchi just to rub salt in the wound, I guess. There you go. Okay, this is dumb. Bust down the door to Julius's room already. Yeah, I know. At this point, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? We'll get access to his room, but if I remember correctly, it's not until right before the final chapter, if I remember correctly. So there's a reason for that. There's an endgame weapon for Ludger in there, but I mean, that I don't think that's a spoiler, honestly, because like of course Julius has an endgame weapon for Ludger. He uses the same weapons that Ludger does. Well, Ludger's a little more diverse because he uses guns and sledgehammers, but he does use twin swords, which Julius also uses, so that should kind of clue you in as to what's waiting for us in there. But yeah, it's done purely because of the fact that there's a weapon in there for Ludger. And they don't want to hand it to you too early. So it's mechanical, that's why we can't get in there. It's a purely game mechanics reason. But seriously though, we should just bust the damn door down, because at this point Ludger would have like 2 more AC from those twin swords, so than what he has right now. But you know. Yeah, let's just pick the damn lock then. I get privacy, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, at this point, yeah, we probably should just, you know, watch a little lock-picking lawyer and then just pick the damn thing. So, arts, you... I don't think this one's going to be too hard either, so I'm not sure if I really care if I should turn off Splash for... No, it's one among many. I mean, Undine can also deal water damage if the enemies are really close to Mila at the time, but I really don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. So. Let's just fight, whatever. It's fine. Alright, let's see how this one goes. I guess we'll pick Ludger. Oh, nice, you knocked him out of it. Did I get my thing? I think I did. Oh, good, we knocked him out of it. Now for Incineration Wave. Do it again. Oh, that's not gonna do anything. Yeah. Oh, we got the last little hit on there. Nice. And now we kind of just let him, okay, well, Incineration Wave a go-go, but 1, do it again, 2, as he gets up, Rising Gale, goodbye!
May you rest in peace.
We kind of annihilated both of the elite monsters today, didn't we? We kind of had those on lock pretty good. I mean, we were hitting their weak points, so that's really the you know, the part that made these very easy. But we had fire element damage for this. We were hitting their heads both times, and both of them had weaknesses in their heads. So like, not a whole lot going on for these two. I'm trying to remember if any of the other ones are a major pain in the ass, but I think Sienna Bronc was real, and Exoplasma were really the major pains in the ass out of all of them. So now that we got them out of the way, I feel like that will put us in pretty good shape. Alright, back to Triglyph one more time to heal up. And you know, we might do the character episode that's here while we're here as well, just because I think it would be good. Speaking of LPL, did you see the video you just uploaded of someone sending a lock the manager put in their storage unit?
World's finest foods. But then I guess we'd have to offer a suitable reward for each one.
And we don't have enough money for that, so no, we won't be doing that, Mila, sorry. Someone sending the lock the manager put on their storage unit, which I'm positive is illegal. I actually didn't see that one yet. I'll have to take a look and see, but yeah, you're probably right. That seems like at least a moral gray area, you know what I mean? If it's not just outright illegal. I'll have to look at that one. So. Alright, so there's that. I'm realizing now that maybe going to Triglyph and doing this character episode won't be the best idea because I think it's the harder one of the two, but I mean, the one in Jeondu is Rowan episode 3, and considering how quickly Rowan can murder everything in sight now, I don't really think saying that this one's going to be more difficult than that is saying much. Because, like, most things are more difficult than Rowan killing everything in sight now. It's the lock managers put on storage unit when you have fees to pay. Yeah, so that, I feel like knowing how to pick one of those might be a little bit of a problem. Lock-picking lawyer on his Marxian character arc. Never thought I'd see the day. No property ownership. Oh boy. Anyway. I think Gaius is over in Technology Drive, if I remember right. I guess I could just look at the map, couldn't I? Nope, he's at the inn with where Tanner's boys were. Makes me wonder what's gonna happen here, considering Tanner probably isn't there at the moment. Oh, you know, let's turn these in, because why the hell not? We'll get to pay, but that's fine. 210,000 gold just for defeating those two nice and easy monsters, and we got up to silver token, so that's good. We could do this now, but I'm not gonna bother, because why would I? And yeah, these are silver badge, so they're a little bit of ways out. Yeah, we need 103,000 more points in order to get the silver badge, so we can do Vaywind Eye Strikes Back, this one. So I can show you what silver dice actually do once we do this one. Excuse me, we'll do this one as well, because why not? I don't know really if it's necessary. I think a striped hat is just an attachment anyway. So, Duality is an allium extractor, though, so if you're still working on your allium orb at this point in the game and you have Silver Seal somehow, even though your allium orb's not done, then this might be a good option for you. I think if I remember right, it's a worse yin and yang, though, so you might as well just play poker instead, honestly. So, like, if you want my honest opinion, just play poker instead. I think we actually need that fireproof cloth, so I can't turn that in. But we'll see what happens. Okay, what other ones are we working on right now? From Bear with Sympathy, from Marksburg. We gotta go to the Mathis Clinic in Laurent, and then there's this, which we'll actually do right now from Gaius's next episode. But before we do that...
Can I ask for your payment?
You can. You're being very cordial about it. I think the fact that I told her a friend of ours just died sort of made her realize, you know, maybe I can't be exuberant on the phone at all times of the day because it might not be appropriate.
Thanks. See ya.
Or maybe she just woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. Oh, hang on my phone again. Hello?
Well done, Mr. Kresnik. I have a message for you from President Bakor.
Sure, I'll hear it.
I want to meet the real Maxwell. Bring her to Spirius.
Okay.
End quote. Please follow through at your earliest convenience.
Sounds good. I'll be there in maybe today, maybe next week. That's a great thing to tell your boss's secretary, isn't it?
All anyone cares about is the stupid Maxwell, Mila.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I hate that stupid Spirius company, but I guess we have to go.
We have to, but we don't have to immediately. So, we won't immediately. Instead, we'll head directly over here. I'll pick your battles. Okay, we'll do that first.
Man, it sure is weird to be traveling with Gaius and Muse this time.
Indeed. We were mortal enemies only a year ago.
It feels like such a long time ago, though.
I still remember the final battle between Mila and Gaius.
Well, Mila and... You know, Mila only got to do a little bit before Jude, Rowan, Alvin, and Elise did it,
When
but,
Mila
you know.
got Gaius in a leg-trap chameleon clutch and forced him to tap out.
Wait, what?
She's joking, obviously.
Yeah, but... pro wrestling is in the Xillia universe? Since when?
I wasn't tapping out, I was reaching for the ropes. The judge called it wrong.
Wait, what?
I don't know what this chameleon clutch art you speak of is, but if it has the power to force Gaius to submit, I would very much like to learn it.
Oh my god.
Shall I teach you? First, you need to find and wrap your arms around a chameleon.
I don't know where you're taking this metaphor, but I feel like you're losing it.
I can't keep up with this anymore.
Okay, but no bullshit. Who really did win?
Well,
The answer to that question is in the world you see around you.
Meaning, the real battle is about the fate of the two linked worlds?
Yes, and Gaius is still fighting to unify the world today.
I'm glad we pulled this back from whatever alternate reality they were talking about a minute ago.
I am far from alone in that.
Indeed, Jude, Leia, Rowan, all the others. And you, Luger. You're a part of this too.
Yeah, I suppose I'm adjacent to it now, aren't I?
That's why I still believe that everyone will emerge victorious in a fully unified world.
Right.
Wow, Mila. You may be oblivious when it comes to humor, but you certainly know how to inspire the troops.
She's read enough books about it, I would hope so.
Naturally. Now, before I was interrupted, I believe you were going to teach me this chameleon clutch art.
Oh. What the fuck is going on? I'm with Leia. What the fuck? Oh boy. Now he straight up said that it's illegal to pick that, but he still picked it on screen. It didn't seem like it had taken an intermediate picker much time to get it open. So maybe it was easy enough to where it's like, yeah, okay. You know, people have already probably done this a lot. Why is Nova being nice? Did she realize that someone died recently? Yeah, there was quite literally an option last time. At the end of chapter 11 when she called about your payment because she was calling and being really exuberant like she usually is. And you could literally tell her, she says, oh, hang on, did something happen? You guys sound depressed. And then you could tell her, yeah, a friend of ours just died. And she was like, oh, shit, I gotta go. Sorry. So now she's being less over-enthusiastic because it may not be appropriate given the nature of the work that we do. Also going to put Gaius in front because this is his next character episode, so may as well. And I don't know if we'll get enough money to pay another bonus payment, but I might sell a little bit of the Iolite ore that I have in reserve with the poker chips so that we can... how much of that do I have at the moment anyway? Do I still have the 40? Iolite ore... Oh yeah, I don't have any because I didn't get any from the poker tables. Okay, well I might sell a little bit of it if we're close to making a payment after these, but we're not quite there. Alright, the ties that bind.
Hey, Erston just got here too.
Well, now I can't call this episode the ties that bind because you just said it in here, so now I gotta find something else. Excuse me.
I take it you were curious as well?
What about what Gaius is up
you
to,
didn't
or
hear?
no?
Hear what? Kyle had something he wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for coming, guys. I owe you one.
Well, I didn't even know we were supposed to meet here, but sure, no problem.
What's this about?
The thing is, no one's seen Tanner in a long time.
Yeah, that's probably because he made an ass of himself.
I heard he talked to you guys. I thought you might know something?
Yeah, we sent Tanner to the hospital. Sorry.
Oh, so you do know. Come on, you have to tell me anything that might help.
Well, long story short.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why would you guys beat up Tanner?
Maybe it's because of the fact that he was being racist against
He
us.
left us no choice.
Bastard!
I don't think that's going to do much of anything.
I knew Tanner had his problems with Riza Maxia, and I always hated that part about him.
Then why would you punch Gaius in the face?
But he's still a good friend. I've known him since we were kids.
That doesn't excuse his racism, Kyle. I don't know what you're thinking. Well, that was awkward. Excuse me, my phone's ringing.
A fractured dimension!
Oh, okay. Vera must have sent me a
So
text.
they found a new one.
Well, need something to
You
blow
have
off
a job
steam
to
with,
do,
Gaius?
Luger. Let's go.
All right. Let's bring him along. Okay, so we got Gaius, Luger, Muse, and then Leia's in there. Do I want to bring Leia? Or do I want to bring Elise? I think I kind of just want to bring Elise, honestly. Like, nothing against Leia. I feel like just Elise would be a little bit easier to use. I know what's coming up, and considering what's coming up in this character episode, I think it would just be easier to have Elise do it. So, Because of that... Okay, everybody's all good to go, I think. Alright, how do I want to do this? Earth, wind, fire. We have wind for earth. I think I want to start Kagutsuchi for this next... I don't remember when this next boss fight happens. There's a boss fight that's about to happen when we do this character episode, and I don't remember if it happens immediately or if it happens after a small amount of time. So I'm going to preemptively eat this medium fruit yakisoba that I got, because I don't remember when we got it, so if it turns out that we, you know, it doesn't happen immediately, we can take care of that snow dragon that we need for the one job, and then we'll still have 3 battles left of the fruit yakisoba, so in case we accidentally run into anything, or, you know, it takes a little while to find the boss fight in this character episode, then we can work on it that way. So... But having elemental weapons at this point is a pretty good idea. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go check and see if there's any custom orders for any water elemental hammers before we go anywhere. If there's not, it's not a huge loss, because the character that is weak to water in this boss fight is not particularly difficult to defeat. But, well, I'd be remiss not to look. I mean, there's Prometheus water. I could use that, because it's not like... Okay, well, it would eat 2 of my aquamarines, which I need for other things, but still, it wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think we'll need it all that badly, so... And unfortunately, I don't believe Gaius has access to it yet. Yeah, no, he's just got these 3 for now. We'll probably get water elemental weapons, other than Prometheus water, I want to say in another chapter. Like, I think between chapters 12 and 13, that's when your first hammer becomes available, and I think between 13 and 14 is when Gaius' sword... water elemental sword becomes available. So, because I remember near the end of the game, they mostly reserve those for the light and dark weapons for characters other than Luger. Light weapons are generally not available until way late, because they don't want you accidentally getting access to confusion stuff, because that if they gave you that really early, it would probably be pretty broken. So, but yeah, as you can see here, our point of entry is the Mon Highlands. So that snow dragon fight that we needed to do for the job, we can just do that immediately by doing this, so it's not really a huge deal. So it's good to know. Off topic, you finished a playthrough 1 of Yggdra Union. You're currently 38 items away from finishing the 265 item library, which is still a bullshit amount. Yeah, that's quite a lot, yes, so...
This appears to be the Mon Highlands, in which case, we should probably begin our search in Canbalar.
Alright, fair enough. I guess we'll go back to Cambalar then, even though the last character episode for you... Actually, that was the regular chapter with you, but it still took us here, so... Excuse me. Hopefully this one gets a little bit different. Oh, the music's different. Is this the music from when we had the airship fights in the first game? I don't remember. Got any new and interesting things here? Probably not. I'll buy another syrup bottle. Why not? Nothing new there. And as for food, let's get another fruit yakisoba medium just so I have it in case. But yeah, 38 items away. Hopefully, I mean, I know that in certain cases that would probably take a lot of time to get some of the last few, but hopefully that's not too much extra time. So, gone back to a save about a third through the game to create a ton of dummy saves because a single item is linked to around 10 others. Why? Oh, just to mess with people, I imagine. Just to make their lives more difficult in getting all of that stuff. Alright, so the heavy snow will probably make it a little bit difficult to see what we're looking for here, because we're looking for a snow dragon and also, you know, the, whatever else we need to fight here. But, yeah, it's okay. We'll find a snow dragon somewhere around here. There's one over there. Hey, look, there's one even closer. And it's a warning one, but that's okay. Yeah, I think I'll equip Kagutsuchi since we're fighting this right now. Oh, and a snow tortoise. Oh, I already did. Good. Very good, very good. Ouch. That was... seems to keep breaking out of that after eradication sweep, so that's funny. Alright, got him.
Sorry to make it so hard on you.
That was over 6,000 experience. Holy shit. Where'd all that come from? I guess these fractured dimensions are worth a pretty penny in terms of experience and stuff. You know, actually, that reminds me of something. I want to see what level all of the enemies that we fought were. Okay, so Tanner was only level 29. That explains why all of you guys were so easy, because you guys were down in the 20s. What am I looking for here? Maybe if I go here? Yeah, okay, this is better. Okay, so he was 56. And he had 345,000. Yeah, so that explains why he was a little bit easier, because we're armed to the teeth, and he's at about our level. Well, we're a little higher than him, actually, so that explains why that was so simple. Not Rideau. Who else am I looking for here? Sienna Bronc. Nice. So Sienna Bronc was actually the highest leveled of the monsters that we fought from the elite monster list, but even with that, he wasn't as annoying quite as, whatchamacallit. I probably would even rate Ghastly Stump a little harder than him just because of the confusion, honestly, but I probably could have done that one better. Ghastly Stump, that is, by, like, using syrup bottles or just having Elise in the party. So, because then she could just dispel it and then we never get confused at all for the rest of the fight. But, you know. Okay, we got a melons gel, so I guess I'll just give that to you, and then... Oh, we've got a bunch of extra pineapple gels. Okay, cool. I'll just use one of those on you as well. Look, you can only finish the library in 2 playthroughs if you use dummy saves. In reality, it'll take 3 or 4 runs of Victory Union to finish the library and all 4 endings, since 2 endings are linked to the normal and hard modes, respectively. Okay. It seems like a lot of work, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, you know, I mean, that makes sense. It's... The game's trying to give you some replay value, and I guess that's one way to do it. Alright, if I remember correctly, I don't think we need to go to Silent Cave. I think if it says, if you try to go there, it's like, this area has minimal divergence. So I'm not going to bother. I'm also not going to bother with grabbing any items that are probably inside the caves around here, because I don't really see them as strictly necessary. If there's even any items in there. Like, our gear is good enough, and, you know, it's not like I need gold or any of that stuff to make bonus payments anymore. I got all I want from that, so... I'll just leave it alone. I don't even need allium ore anymore, so it's like, eh. Items are kind of just a suggestion. So, especially when the second one that you pick up is just a loose stick, you know. Like, I thought that was a hole right there. I was gonna be like, but you know, I'll go in this hole. To be fair, the only reason this game has that level of replay value is because it's an enhanced port of a GBA game. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Oh, good, the gang's all here.
The situation is going to work.
So do we just wait for them to pass, or...?
You all keep moving.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I mean...
Hurston, you out on patrol?
I was gonna say, the fog's thick enough, they wouldn't see us if we just let them go.
His Majesty King Millard has been looking for you. It sounded important.
Millard? So, he's still alive in this world.
Can't you monologue that in your head?
Is His Majesty ahead?
Yes. Wait.
Hmm?
You don't seem your usual self, Hurston.
We've reached the bitter end of our long battle. I think even you would be excited.
He's just being stoic in the face of it.
I am.
And once that it's all finally over with, think of the outcome. It will be our time to shine.
I'm excited about our victory and all, but if I lost you guys in the process, it would be pointless.
So this looks to be another dimension where these people were his friends, rather than just his
for you too,
comrades in arms.
Don't ever forget it, Hurston.
This touchy-feely stuff obviously isn't your thing. How adorable.
Yeah, I think it's more your thing, Pressa. Okay.
Hurston, why?
An imposter? One of Noctical's spies?
What? Impossible!
But he looks just like him.
On your way to assassinate the king, are you? Everyone!
Only if he's the Divergence Catalyst.
Is no friend of ours.
Well,
Clearly,
we tried.
There's no reasoning with you in your current state.
I mean, he went Super Saiyan Booster, so... Do you really think it's worth it, reasoning with him? I mean, it was gonna happen anyway, so... Here we go. So you have to fight the entire Chimeriad in Gaius Character Episode 2. Good luck! And yes, they can link up with each other, and yes, they can do dual arts, and yes, blah, blah, blah. I'm probably going to go after Pressa first, because she has some of the lowest HP, and she's weak to fire, but I think she can also heal people with, like, Guardian Field and stuff, so... I think going after her is probably the best plan. Then after that... Probably Wingull, honestly, because he's the fastest out of all of them. So, like, get rid of the healer first, then get rid of the guy that's the most aggressive. I'd probably get rid of Zhao third, and then we can go after Agria fourth. So. Oh, it's the Chimeriad. What now? Yeah, they're all still alive in this one. And, you know, not for very long, because we're about to kill them, but, you know. Is there some reason Muse and Luger just started to walk away during that? Wouldn't it have been smarter to stay put to not attract attention? Yes, it definitely would have. But then we wouldn't have a fight with the Chimeriad. I think what they were trying to do is say, okay, so while he's distracting them, let's use the fog from the snow and the blizzard to the lowered visibility to go that way so we can look for the catalyst, because Luger was probably saying, oh no, I think the catalyst is that way. But then we wouldn't have this boss fight, so, you know. Alright, here we go. Actually, let me do this first. Okay, I'm Elise, if you please.
Almost a run or so.
I'll just wait a second. Okay, I probably should have, waited to do that, but I mean, I suppose with me being here, I can kind of just wait a second. You know, not flame ring, but I can wait here for a second. Okay, he's still got his grab, so that's good to know.
Time to become one.
That's not good, but you know, we'll figure this part out eventually, I'm sure. I just gotta get out of here. That's what I got. Zhao, get out of my way. I gotta get out. Okay, hang on. I'll just do this. When I get up, I'll take care of it. Getting rid of one of them will make this fight a lot easier, though. So. Okay, Eradication Sweep's not doing what I wanted to do here, which is unfortunate, but, you know, she's almost dead, so that's the important part.
Let us attack together! Hydra Strike! Let us attack together! Prepare yourself! My sword
I'll just do the Mystic Guard now, she'll be done from this. Yep.
Absolute domination!
Maybe I should have saved it for Zhao. Oh well. Alright, so now we've got one of them pretty quickly. Let's equip Haniyasu, because Wingull is weak to Earth, and then we'll go from there. And also Zhao's nearly dead as well, so that's kind of nice, I guess. Alright, I agree. I don't know where you're going. I almost just intercepted that fireball, but, you know. I'll wait. I have Impregnable Guard. I don't care what you're up to. Coming! Oh, my combo. Okay, I'm getting Mystic Guarded. Well, it's because I Eradication Sweeped and it dropped my combo because, you know, this game is lovely. It just drops your combo whenever it feels like it. Actually, it's dropping my combo because this isn't New Game Plus where you can extend the duration of combos. So.
I feel peculiar.
You shouldn't do that.
I'm gonna wait. Sorry, Luger, but I'm gonna wait.
My apologies.
Thank you. Oh, okay, that's who's attacking. I was like, wait a minute, who's deciding to just murder me here? Alright, since Agri is deciding to murder me and I don't have a good weapon against her, just,
What the hell?
okay. Oh, okay, fine, I guess. Alright, now since you're on the ground, I'm gonna go after Wingull again. Cole's here!
I'm here to judge your Gaius gameplay.
Okay. I will wait, actually, until you guys get through it properly. No grab for you, Zhao. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, good. Thank you. I'm running. Alright, he over limits immediately as soon as I power charge 3, so that's fantastic. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'll just be over here. Okay, he's out of over limit, so that's good now. You're strong against Earth, so let me actually just equip Sheitatsuhiko since you're on me here.
This fight did not look. A little hard.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Let us attack together.
That's just a. Yeah, it's okay.
I got your back.
Ah. I was gonna swallow parry him, but sure didn't work that way.
Seems you bested.
Okay, there he goes. Now for Wingle instead of Agria. But yeah, this fight is a mess. It's absolute chaos, and you kind of just have to deal with it. Once you beat one of them, though, it makes things a lot easier, so.
I'm feeling it now.
I don't know if that's near me, so I'm gonna get out of here before she does that. Ow. I almost countered her by accident. Yeah, but I'd rather that not happen. So. Okay, well, there she goes, and there he goes. So that was easy.
Double kill.
See, spread out actually kind of works pretty nicely in that fight, because then everybody kind of focuses on different people, and it kind of takes all the aggro off of you, because if you Fury Stoke with Gaius, like I did at the beginning of this fight, everyone dogpiles on you, so. It's about as chaotic as you'd expect from most Tales of games, so. This is literally the last little queen fight in Grace's F, minus the fact that you fight like 12 of her in that fight. Now, there you go. Marie says good evening. You should open chat so that way you can see what everybody's saying. Also, you just realized something. Two of the same person or living being can't exist at the same time in the Prime Dimension. Does that apply to the fractured ones too? I don't know if they ever directly explain that, but if they do explain that, that means that us coming here with Gaius means that we probably killed Gaius in this fractured dimension by accident just now.
That's okay, we're gonna blow it up in a minute anyway.
That's true, it will be gone in a minute anyway, so it doesn't matter terribly much, but, you know. So I think that's the first time we get to see enemy Mystic Arts in action in this game. So, yeah, it's the same as the first game. Enemies can use Mystic Arts just as well as you can, if they're human, generally speaking. But there you go.
So, we went out to Molinaro's over by,
yeah.
Fucking Casual Dragon where I used to go.
Mm-hmm.
I walk in there to buy some
Forgive us, Durston, for leaving you.
Packs I bought.
Nice. Well, $20 in your pocket.
Fucking take the...
Blech. You know what? Don't take the Chimeriad with us
Why do you
because they're dead.
That wasn't meant for me.
He's not talking to you, idiot.
The Chimeriad were bound together through common goals and ideologies.
They were also bound together by their mental health problems.
I thought us otherwise indifferent to each other. Were we friends all along?
Maybe they saw it that way?
Let's hurry on.
Yeah, no point thinking about it now. We've got a dimension to destroy. We can think about it later in between character episodes.
So
Hold on, Muse. Let me fix Gaius' equipment real quick, because the next section, we don't want elemental weapons. I mean, if we did, we'd want Kagetsuchi, but we don't need them, so. I was like, wait, does us being here delete... Oh, that's where you were going. Was us being here delete the fractured Gaius? Possibly. I don't know that for sure, but I would imagine it probably works, you know, both ways, right? Like, it probably works in the same way both ways.
Anyway?
I don't know they're just in the snow.
He was a former
Dead.
king of Azul, and a wretched excuse for a human being. He may very well be this world's divergence catalyst.
Well, yeah, if he turned into a king in this world, that would make him distinctly different from what he was in the first game. Well, actually, previously in the first game. So he was the king of Azul before Gaius was the king, and Gaius defeated him in single combat in order to take his throne.
The Lord Ainu toyed with the lives of monsters, striving to create artificial creatures through spirit arts.
We're kind of getting his whole
I wonder
backstory
what
here.
role he has to...
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm perfectly fine.
Don't know about that one.
Usually showing some character development for once.
It's like
It's weird.
It's like I said, outside of her own character episodes, she shows signs of healing. And then you get to her character episodes and she's just
crazy.
Used for comic relief and the butt of the joke again.
Because some of those ones are actually funny.
I mean, yes, but also they act in direct interference with her character development outside of it. So it's like, eh. No, he is not okay. Do not believe him. He has a lot to think about. Man's be having a bad time. Yes, that is true. Oh, good. I saved it just the right spot again. Hey, so remember Odin from Chapter 10? Meet Dark Odin.
Not the Divergence catalyst after all?
What the hell is this? The Lunar Ruins?
It's possible that this thing already eliminated Millard.
Or it is Millard, and he just turned into a horribly mutated monster from us coming here.
I'm going to guess this is our target then.
Yeah, Ellie, you might want to stand back.
Hi, Odin.
Yeah, he's kind of back. It's a palette swap, but he's kind of back.
Careful. This one is no ordinary monster.
It's probably been artificially created.
A present from King Millard. Let us attack together. Evil spirit.
That's the whole combo. Nice. And the nice thing about that combo in particular is that it adds an element that Gaius can't normally do at the end with Evil Spirit, so... But obviously if you don't have it, it doesn't really help. You just keep doing Swallow Fury after that. This guy's weak to Slash, by the way, so in case you were wondering why I feel peculiar.
Oh god, Luger! Jesus fucking Christ.
We can do other ones as well, but it looks like he's, yeah, I was gonna say petrified, so I don't really have to worry about that for now. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll bring him up in the air and then do Pale Ghost again. Because after the Chimeriad, they're giving you a breather fight. Ow! He heard that. He was like, who said I was easy? That'd be pretty funny. Oh, good. Okay. Got him!
My sword cries out. The one blade of
It'll kill.
Absolute domination.
So judging by the fact that it just screamed in a human way,
I thought it would never end.
Yeah.
probably Millard. Also, what do you mean you thought it would never end? That fight was easy. Then again, that's kind of been the name of the game today so far. Other than the Chimeriad, like the two elite monster fights were cake. So, yeah, Odin again. What the fuck? Wow, you were piling on that thing and then just dropped the sun at the end of the combo. Are you mad, guys? Do you need a break? He might need a break, but that was probably good catharsis for him, at least. He got to potentially kill Millard again, so, I mean, that might be good for letting off some steam. He's had a bad day, though, because first Kyle and his comrades are like, oh, what the fuck, you beat up our racist leader? And now the Chimeriad died and all that other stuff, so...
I suppose I am.
Perhaps you'll see them again in another dimension.
Yeah, in 100 years when you die.
Possibly. This has all helped me realize something. Luger, I need to find Tanner. Will you help me?
I mean, we could go to jail and see if he's there, but... Yeah, sure, I'll find him. Help you find him.
Thank you. I'm glad to have you as an ally.
Let's return to Triglav.
I mean, I guess they could have thrown him in jail for what he did, so... Oh, good, we got extra affinity with Gaius. That's nice. Oh my god.
You almost just had a bad time.
They just drop you right in the middle of enemies, and if they just so happen to be those enemies with the steam clouds above their heads, they'll be like, hey, so, motherfucker! Do we need to heal? I didn't look. Let's see.
I think you're alright. Yeah, you are.
Yeah, we're alright. We'll just heal when when we're done with the character episode. How about that? Okay, I'm pressing triangle instead of square multiple times. I think Torbil on High Road because I think, well, probably finding Tanner's not going to be in the same place, but I guess we can look. Okay, he's back where he was apparently. You mean he didn't go to jail for assault?
Tanner. I'm sure he's somewhere in the city.
That's true. But first, let's turn in that one job that we just did. And we can get Mega Glacier out of it. Not that we need that stuff at all anymore, but, you know, I guess it's there. I'll probably go do the other 2 jobs before we go do Rowan Episode 3, actually. Now I'm looking at it. We need to find Tanner because Gaius is going to tell us in 2 seconds once we talk to Tanner. Here we go.
What do you want?
Kyle was concerned about you. He even threw a punch at me.
He what? Whatever, me and him are through.
And why is that exactly?
If that's the case, let me tell you a story. It was a time when I had people I could call friends.
Ah, I see where he's going with this.
They sacrificed their own lives so that I might achieve my goal. Now, they are gone.
Never heard of friends like that. That sounds like something else.
It kind of is something else, but let him tell his story.
Perhaps so. They were subordinates first and friends second.
Yeah.
I'm sure each had his or her own hopes and dreams, but circumstances got in the way of those dreams. We had obligations, which is why I now stand before you, alone.
And he doesn't want the same for you.
You don't seem
you
too
racist
broken
prick.
up about it.
There was a time when I lost my composure, and because of that, when Kyle struck me, I did not know how to respond.
Ha! So you do regret what happened to them?
Probably.
No. It just made me think about how things would have been different had we merely been friends.
We could have been the protagonists of the last game.
Where are you going with this? What's your point? What the hell are you trying to say?
That I envy you, I suppose, for having friends who would stand by you even when they hold different beliefs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tanner! Erston.
Didn't think about that
listen,
one, did he?
About what happened.
My story is done here. I'll be on my way. What about you?
I'm not gonna say nothing with you watching.
Fair enough.
I'll save the waterworks for when you go off screen. That was a very mature thing Gaius just did there. But then again, I mean, you kind of expect that from a man who's had everything that he's had happen to him. Oh good, we got his Xillia 1 outfit.
Hell yeah.
Now we can dress him as the king. The only thing we're missing is his sword. We'll get it eventually. So if you don't cheat by having Yggdrasil for half the game, how long do you think it'd take to finish the Allium Orbs? Probably... It would definitely take more time. But poker really helps with that. I probably wouldn't be quite done with them just yet, but I think we'd be getting pretty close at this point. Because once you get the poker ones, it's pretty easy, and the level 3 variants, it's pretty easy to just kind of systematically do those one by one. Probably about Chapter 13, I would think you'd be done if you didn't have Yggdrasil for half the game. So, yeah, that's probably where I'd put it, is about there. So. Oh, we got a full heal from that, so it's a good thing I didn't go rest, because we didn't need to, so good. Alright, we'll keep Muse in the party, just to keep her away from Jude, if nothing else. And since this is next one is Rowan's character episode, we'll bring him along. And I still have that medium fruit yakisoba, and I think that'll actually help me in the next section, now that I think about it. So, yeah, we'll work with that. We need to go to Marksburg for Vera's side quest. Oh, good. They did, in fact, put dog meat in the game. That's funny. Cole was showing me the Magic the Gathering card, which has dog meat from Fallout 4 on it. It's actually an official card, according to what he said.
That is real.
That is real. Hey, Tannum, how you doing? Welcome back. We are doing character episodes. We already beat both of the elite monsters between this chapter and the next one, and we already did. That was the end of the second of 3 character episodes, so I'm just going to do a couple little side quests and then go do the third one. Miss gambling in video games for ones in video games that aren't instantly rated M for gambling. Games usually help us paint gambling in a positive light because it's so fucking helpful in the game. Yeah, I suppose they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that one because, you know, those people that played those games then grew up and started gambling in real life, but, you know. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if there's any metrics on it or if that was just a matter of, you know, framing, basically. Like, oh, no, I mean, societally, we can't encourage people to gamble because it's a vice. What do I know, right? So for the side quest that we're doing, by the way, let me just go over here. We need to go to Laurent to deliver Lightshroom Spores to Jude's father, and we need to deliver Ex Machina Whiskey to Marcus from Vera for some reason. Oh, this is going to be good. But yeah, so we're going to deliver that to him. He's over there. Then we'll go to Laurent to deliver the Lightshroom Spores to Jude's father. Don't know why he needs those. Guess we're going to find out. Okay, hope you are as well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good there, Tannum. Doing pretty good indeed. I'm, actually, to kind of extrapolate on it, I'm kind of at the point now, usually, where my seasonal affective disorder starts to kick my ass, but I have a plan this year, and the plan is basically to take vitamin D3 once every other day for the next 2 weeks until it passes, so. And use my, I have what's called a SAD light, and by that I mean an SAD light, a seasonal affective disorder light, and it emulates sunlight. So if I use that for about 15 minutes every day, that should also help with it. Because the emulation of sunlight actively helps you feel like, less like it's just cloudy and dreary and cold and raining all the time.
You know, like it is every day.
Yeah, like it has been every day for the past week. Also helps dispel the stereotype that gacha games are pure evil. I mean, they're evil, but still. There you go. There are many shades of evil in gacha. Some are unfair to your wallet, and others are unfair to your feels. I'm not familiar with either of the above because I don't play gacha, but I think Cole's going to say, good, don't.
Listen. Don't.
Yeah, pretty much. Them preemptive measures, may they work. I hope they will, Tannum. I don't know, today was my first regimen of vitamin D3, and I feel pretty good today compared to yesterday. I felt kind of, just okay, but today I feel pretty good, so. I mean, isn't that everyone in Olympius, though? Yeah, you would think he'd have a Western accent, but he just has the same kind of beta male accent you'd expect from a guy that looks like that. Minus the 10-gallon hat. Which we'll get from doing the side quest. Yeah, I'd be in jail right now because you encouraged me to commit acts of terrorism. And betray the terrorists so you could stop the terrorists. Well, actually, Alvin didn't encourage him to commit terrorism. Not in this game, anyway. But he did betray the terrorists because of us, so. I hope you do for what it's worth, but... Anyway, a sympathy gift from Vera at Spurious Corp. Yes, from Vera. What do you mean? I'll hold on my phone. Tell me after. Hello? Did I give him the stuff? What do you mean, the stuff? I gave him the whiskey you ordered. Yes. Okay. No. Ouch. Sorry, man. Guess you're not making it to second base tonight after all. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, there's your problem. Why would you ever refer to anyone as a princess? Like, what the fuck? Bro. Alvin's right. Bro. What the hell? Why you chasing tail when all you should be chasing right now is your rent money?
I'm a hopeless.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Just give me that booze. I'm going to drink myself into an early grave now. Christ's sakes. Yeah, good, Alvin. That's a good idea. Don't give him any of that shit. Throw it off the cliff. Commit littering in order to prevent this man from committing alcoholism. Yeah. I don't know if it was such a good idea, honestly. Yeah, I don't think any of us are, to be fair, Alvin. Oh, boy. You know, he's going to take one swig and down the whole bottle. So I don't know if this is such a good idea. Well, he's gone. So that doesn't bode well. And also my Ex Machina whiskey is gone, so that's also doesn't bode well.
Melon was like, yo, have a swig. And that man was like, okay, just a swig.
The whole thing. Alright, well anyway, before we find his body, you know, at the bottom of the gorge between Olympius and Riza Maxia, let's go deliver those light shroom spores to Jude's dad instead. I'm sure this is going to end just as well.
That fucking, it's literally just that one line of just like, yo, bro, you got some ice cream. Can I have some? Yeah, only a spoonful. Fucking baseball that size spoon.
Fair enough. You are a JRPG protagonist. If you haven't done a jail-worthy action, you just didn't notice you did. I mean, you know, that's fair, honestly. That's fair. I do commit jail-worthy actions all the time. I mean, I'm breaking and entering every time I walk into people's houses. See, look. Okay, this is a clinic. It doesn't count because it's a clinic, but, you know. Yes, we did.
I saw her outfit, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah, we got her back. Oh, okay. It's just this door. Hey, you got any drugs in here? Well, he's got some sage and some savory. Not bad, Derek. Not bad. His name is Derek, by the way. I think he was just Jude's dad in the first game. But our son. Look at our son using the gig economy to get out of his research job. Good job, Jude. I mean, he can look after himself. Oh, for Christ's sake. I see you two haven't changed a bit. Yeah, data's a little hard to come by, Dad. So he cares in his own way. He just has a really hard time articulating it. These two are fucking hopeless. Ah. Yeah, but she's Jude's mom, so of course she's gonna repeat that. Especially if it makes it seem like you two could be closer. Stop being a tsundere to your son. Just tell him he did a good job and you're proud of him. It's not that fucking difficult. Just be a father for once in your goddamn life. Yeah, alright. You will not get on the free patient healthcare list if you work yourselves to exhaustion. I really hope not, because if the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, that means Jude's going to be a terrible father to his son, and we literally can't have that. We need to break this cycle. It's not okay anymore. It is 2023. Being a bad father is not okay anymore. It never was, but it definitely isn't now. Get that shit out of your heads. Anyway. Okay, before we find Marcus's body, let's just report this one and take his 10-gallon hat. Like, literally, we had to have found his body already, right? Because we wouldn't have gotten his hat otherwise. Anyway. And we also get Jude's school uniform back for doing that one, so that's cool, I guess. Okay, do we need any items? Is there anything that I used a little bit of? I guess I used a couple of lemon gels. I have some melon gels in case. I'm just going to use the Sage and Savory on Luger because you don't really get enough of these in the main game to really be able to use them like we did in the first game, where it's like, okay, we should use these on the people that need them the most, or we should use these on the people that have the most of them so we can just exacerbate that more. You really only get a couple of herbs in this one until the post-game. I think you can buy herbs in the post-game, but... So I just use them all on Luger because why the hell not? He's always in the party, so we might as well. Yeah, damn, Jude's mom knows. She's like, no, you two, I am sick of your shit. I am sick of your shit, you two. You are going to make up, and that is final. Okay, I guess we just go to Jean-Du now. I don't think I have anything else to do. Let me look at my notes real quick. I think I wrote down if I have anything else to do. And then we can go from there. We're going to be getting a lot of Rowan in the party for the next little while here, though, because He's actually in the party for the next chapter as well. Again, it's weird, though, because, like, they give you Gaius and Muse in chapters 8 and 9, and then for the next 3 chapters, neither of them are in your main party for the main story. They will show up in your party later, but it's like... It's just strange that they don't include them in some way, since you just got them. You know, you'd think in chapter... You know, maybe, okay, not in chapter 10, maybe, because it's like, okay, you just got them, so maybe they're not up to speed yet. But by chapter 11, it's like, okay, maybe they should be in the party at this point. And by chapter 12, it's like, okay, you guys have no excuse, literally. Come on now. So, excuse me. Yeah, I guess just Lakudum entrance. And that should be good. Oh, and we're bringing Muse along for this one because that will give us access to witchcraft, which will make Rowan cast like a maniac again. So, you know, I just like... casting as fast as humanly possible. So let's just hope he's not using a booster, because at his age he really can't afford it. Alright, Rowan, next episode, the Fellowship and the Oath. But there's no ring to be seen.
Ah, it's good to see you.
What's up, Rowan? Oh, okay. Dude, are you okay? Should I use Psychic Restoration?
Are you okay?
What's with the rock? Who's throwing rocks?
Your precious Olympius, traitor.
Excuse me?
Are you hurt?
Am I hurt? You took a rock from me. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, don't worry about us. You're the one who got hit.
Why would they do this?
It's all right. I'm fine.
Okay,
so
fair
you're
enough.
one of them too.
I can use
Another
healing
stinking
etude.
Olympius lover.
Not Olympius lover, Olympius liver. Protect Elise. Sorry, Rowan, but he's throwing it at me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stop being so mean!
Typical. He cowers behind bodyguards.
Actually, Elise is the only
That
one
was
being bodyguarded
terrible.
here.
Does this kind of thing happen to you a lot?
Oh no, only on occasion.
It happened a lot when I was a soldier too, but
Many
we don't talk about those
extremists who
days.
oppose peace call it their home.
So Exodus would feel right at home here. You know, actually that makes sense. Alvin lived here in the first game.
Peace will not only benefit Olympios and its citizens, but also the people of Rize Maxia. If only more people took the time to look at the big picture and realize that.
Maybe we need to educate them better.
At this point, the best thing I can do to convince everyone is to show actual results.
Okay, so how do we do that? Oh, sorry, that'll have to wait. My phone! Hello?
DODA here. I'm sorry, is everything okay?
It's funny, you don't usually ask me that
Anyway,
question, but...
I'm sorry if this is a bad time for you, but we have detected a new fractured dimension. The
Okay.
rift appears to be in Fenmont. We've sent you the coordinates. Please take appropriate action.
I'm on it.
Would you mind if I accompany you? I feel it would be prudent for me to leave here for a time.
It's funny you would ask that, because this fractured dimension has a lot to do with you, so...
Oh, it's a message from Dressel.
Oh, nice.
Is there something wrong, Elise?
It's nothing. I'll come too.
Oh, okay. I wonder what Elise is hiding. Well, we don't really have time for that because we have a fractured dimension to deal with, so I'm sure she'll come forward with it in a little bit, maybe.
My room and go speak.
Okay, you go speak then.
There's food on the counter that I would put in the refrigerator.
Okay, sounds good. Bye, Cole. Yes, that was racism. Yes, exactly what it was. But we don't gotta worry about the racism now because we have a fractured dimension to deal with. Do I want to save first? I'm gonna save first, actually. But yeah, it's funny how it keeps happening. I mean, obviously it's happening because it's story stuff, so of course it's going to be when they find a fractured dimension, they're like, well, can I accompany you? And then that fractured dimension is all about them, so it's just the story agreeing with it, you know, but it's just funny how it happens. It's like Gaius is like, oh, okay, you've got a fractured dimension to go to, and then everything about it is about him. Rowan's like, oh, you've got a fractured dimension to deal with. Well, this one's in Fenmont, so you already know who this one's going to deal with if you remember the first game. But here we go. All right. Our search for this divergence catalyst begins.
What the people of Fenmont have to say.
talk to the townspeople. Let's see if there's any people with red marks over their heads, because that's usually a key indicator we're in the right area. We're going in the right direction. I don't see anybody yet, but I'll just talk to people. I don't see any red, but I'll try it. Rashigal. Wonder what that's all about. Well, it sounds like Noctigal's still alive in this universe. And it also sounds like the spirit arts that are being used here are being used for great effect rather than whatever Noctigal was doing in the first game. But apparently his sister still passed. Probably in this particular case, Noctigal used his sister's passing as fuel to make people's lives better rather than turning into a bitter dude.
The Noctigal of this world seems to be a wise and just ruler.
And it turns out this one actually listened to your advice.
Catalyst. Let's go to Order Palace and see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sucks that means he has to be the Divergence Catalyst because he actually saw reason in this one. Yep, Friends of the Chief of Staff, that's us. Hey, it keeps him active and healthy. He needs it at his age. Can we use the Lotus Ring to get there?
Something wrong?
No, I'm fine.
Make sure you get your head in the game, Elise. We need you to heal for this part. It's not going to be necessarily... Well, I mean, it's probably going to be pretty easy, honestly. Who am I kidding? But, you know. Only Rashigal? That's a red flag. This might be a bit bittersweet since this Noctigal isn't a dick. Yeah, this is not going to be fun for Rowan. That's for damn sure. You know, I'll save when we get up there. I think it's the 4th floor. It might be the 3rd, though.
I'm about to speak to a friend I'd lost, and yet I feel strangely calm.
We've already done this before, right? So, like, you already know how you're going to approach this situation. And there's even a convenient save point directly next to him, so that's great. By the way, since the Chimeriad could use Mystic Arts, I feel like it's pertinent to mention that Noctigal can also use his Mystic Art here, so just be careful of that. This is usually where you first see Mystic Arts being used by the enemy, but I don't think Rideau had his here. He does have his later because, of course, we're going to fight him again. He got away, so... but I don't think he could use it in Chapter 11. So. Oh, thank you, sir. That's very nice of you. Too bad I'll never get to have that coffee. Alright, off we go. Let's see what the Noctigal of this universe is up to. And see just how badly it's going to be having to check him off the list.
Concluded. Ilbert.
Surely I can drop by for a friendly visit without requesting an audience.
If I ever got to the point of turning you away, that would be a bad sign.
Yeah, it sure
That's
would.
Quite the entourage. I presume this is something important.
Well, Noctigal himself isn't the catalyst, but the pendant, which he most likely got from Carrie...
I was fully prepared for a dreadfully dull evening. Shall we drink until dawn, like old times?
That ornament in your hair. How striking.
Oh, I never showed this to you, did I? It was a gift from my sister on the 15th anniversary of my coronation.
It's nice.
A pity that it's now a memento.
It matches your outfit.
When wearing this, I can't help but be constantly reminded of the weight of my duty to our people. Even now, I can practically sense her wagging her finger at me.
Where was all this sense in the Prime Dimension?
So, in this world, a simple ornament like that has kept you from straying from your path.
I guess the jig is up then, huh?
Things could have easily gone in this direction. To think that you and I might have lived out our lives as friends.
Rowan.
Wait. You're not Ilbert, are you?
I am and I am
Princess
not.
Terry's ornament. Might I borrow it from you?
I don't know what your game is, imposter, but you're welcome to try and take it.
Why do they always think we're imposters? Like, why doesn't it just break their brain or something?
Give me everything you've got. I want to see just who I'm dealing with.
Oh boy, here we go again. I think if I remember right, he's about as hard as he was in the first game, although you can combo a lot more in this one, so. But he's weak to water, so Rowan is, of course, perfect for this one, so that's kind of nice. I probably should have given Rowan Impregnable Guard before this, but oh well.
Prepare yourself for retribution.
Oh, good.
Capable of such old friends.
He has, he's in an over limit immediately. Well, that's fun. There's no wait.
But enough talk. There is no greater language than that of battle.
Very well. I, Rowan Ilbert, accept your challenge. Time for a duet.
Wait for it. Start the combo again. And off we go. Now, will this kill him quickly? No, probably not, because we're not doing significant amounts of damage, but it should keep him in good shape, or us in good shape anyway. Okay. Well, here he comes. Good thing the burn went through. That's nice. It's always foolish trickery. You get the hell away from me. I'll just get out of here. Thanks, Muse. I didn't mean to jump there. There we go. Back to this. Okay, we got him. Now we just gotta keep going. Oh, I'm not up. Hang on. Oh, it's a good thing I guarded there anyway, because, okay, hold on. Never mind, we're out. Luger, get away from him. It's a good thing that's only AoE. Oh, okay. Get me away from him. Oh, good, we got him petrified too. Nice. Oh, okay, sure. Why not? And we got him. Nice.
Rowan, why are you smiling?
Just reminiscing on the past. A little nostalgia for an old friend of mine.
And how they could have been friends if they didn't become enemies, kind of, a little bit. Badlands, Darkcape. This is the logical end for making mages cool, but I guess I like mage knights more. A healthy mix of using physical and magical attacks in endgame. Yeah, I see where Ellie got that from. Yeah, it's nice. I do like mage knights a little bit better as well, because it feels like a nice balance between the two, usually, when they do them correctly, you know what I mean? But yeah, Rowan really is the end game of mages in most games. He ends up casting so quickly, especially with witchcraft, that it just gets ridiculous, so. And I mean, the fruit yakisoba helps, so. Well, Noctigal is broke AF. Yeah, he only had 275 gold. Actually, for most bosses in this game, that's pretty good. Most of them have 0 gold. So.
You're not Ilbert, and yet You possess the conductor's skills. Who exactly are you?
Man, the Rowan in this
Just an
universe must have
old
been
man
jacked as
who
well.
was to serve you loyally
If he could
for
cast
the
like
good
that.
of the country.
Loyalty to me? Tell me something. What do you think of Rashagal today?
I believe it is a thriving nation. A good one. The king leads his people, and the people support their king.
Suppose that I tried to destroy it all. What would you do about it?
Well, technically speaking, I already killed you
in my
for it.
power to kill you myself, or die trying.
Damn. That is a hard as hell line, Rowan.
Some time ago, I asked the Ilbert I know the same question.
And he answered exactly the same
he
way.
gave me the same answer.
Curious.
I did tell you to take it from me by force. At the end of the day, I'm not sure who you are and where you came from. But you are Rowan Ilbert, through and through.
Well, at least he recognized it before dying.
Despite the unpleasant circumstances, I am grateful for the chance to speak with you again.
We certainly livened up a dull evening.
Too bad it's going to be the last one.
Luga, if you would please.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you sure? I mean, if you guys want to sit here and talk a little longer, at least Muse and I could, like, hit the town or something.
Yes, this world is destined for destruction. And besides, it is a world I've already lost.
But
Yeah, I guess
you want to hold on?
putting you through the pain again is kind
Indeed.
of bad.
Very much so.
But at my age, it's best not to live with regret, so just kill it for me.
Before I bid farewell, Noctigal, please allow me to renew my vow to you. I will never retreat from my duty again. I will give everything to accomplish what must be done.
Well, that doesn't sound like regret, so that's good. Alright, goodbye, Carrie's pendant. I'm reduced to destroying pendants now. What has my life become? Rowan gave a good answer. A hard AF answer, but a good answer nonetheless. Yeah, really. You want to hit the town with Muse, really? Yeah, you know, maybe that's a bad idea.
Rowan, are you okay?
Oh, pardon me.
I need a moment to walk that one off.
Yes.
Or answer your phone.
Yes. In regards to that.
Can you spare a minute?
Sure. What's up?
Just follow us!
Oh, okay.
Tipo? Shush!
We don't want Rowan to hear.
Let's head to the inn. Don't tell Rowan.
Yeah, but do we want him to get lost in the city? He'll be looking for us, you know. I guess he'll notice me walking this way. So, oh good, Jude decided to join the party. Sure, why not?
These heavily populated areas
Warp
certainly
rickshaw?
have a different feel to them.
All right, then.
You can just feel the energy in the air.
There you are.
Oh, hey,
Drizel
Drizel.
sent me a text. She said she's got something important to show us.
Okay.
Just us! No Rowans allowed!
What could
apologize
be
for the
important enough to
secrecy.
not show
Just
Rowan?
read this. It'll be quicker.
Dear Elise, if you're reading this, then I have already shuffled off this mortal coil.
Oh.
What is this?
It seems to be his will and final wishes. A maid found it hidden in one of the spare rooms.
Well, evidently he didn't hide it very well then.
There's one for each of you.
Really? Yeah, I feel like we need to... I feel like we need to ask Rowan what this is all about. Like, did he send these because he was like, okay, well, you know, I'm gonna die eventually anyway, so I might as well leave them a last will and testament, or is this like a now type of a thing? Let's ask him, because I feel like he'll have a better answer.
Hear his answer.
But at least we'll have an answer.
We gotta be real delicate about this.
I mean, I guess
Hopefully, this is just one big misunderstanding.
that would be nice.
Please, look after him for me.
All right,
Of course.
I'm counting on you.
we will
Drizel,
keep our eyes
you
on
look
him,
so
Drizel.
pale.
well, yeah, she just found his last will and testament. I mean, I know he's like 90, but she didn't expect to be finding that today.
Sorry. I'm fine. Everything will be fine. I'm not letting someone close to me die again.
Yeah, after the last game, I'm not surprised you'd say that. I almost wanted to ruin the mood by saying, well, just keep the guns handy, and then any cockroaches that come for Rowan you can kill.
I'd never have imagined that at this age, I'd be spending so much time with a young man like you.
Is it rubbing off at all?
Yeah, but ignore my doddering old man nonsense. There's something I want you to have.
Oh, nice.
Speaking with you sends me straight back in time to the vibrant days of my own youth.
Well, then I will try to use this to remain youthful.
But sometimes it's not so bad to be a geezer either.
Well, it gives you, this keeps you busy, despite being a geezer, quote unquote. So we got his Xillia outfit number 2. And we also got the Shall We Dance tome for Luger. What does that do? Let's take a look. So, at 5 affinity with most characters, I think Mila's the exception. I think you need to get her to 6 or 7 affinity. You gain access to one of the arts that the character uses, but you can use it as Ludger. So, in this particular case, Ludger gains access to Meteoric Waltz, which is a gun art where he shoots the ground and puts a little meteoric waltz in the ground that then explodes like, well, regular meteoric waltz. It's not as good, usually, as the character that uses it. It's usually an inferior version, but having it on Luger diversifies his moveset quite a bit, which makes it obviously a pretty good boon for him. I mean, in my case, I'm probably not going to use this in our main combo, but I could use it in the side combo, especially since we're going to be getting a whole bunch of those over time here because, well, Jude's almost to 5 affinity, so we'll get his soon. We'll get Alvin's soon. We got Rowan's. We'll get Gaius's soon. I think we already got Leia's. We got Swallow Flight before. Elise will be there soon. Mila will be to 6 or 7 soon, and then we'll get hers. So it's nice. It helps you diversify Luger's move pool a little bit. Although the only difference with these and the characters that can use them, other than it being an inferior version usually, is that it also doesn't gain any bonuses from the Allium Orb. So you can't use like chance for TP, chance for it to use 0 AC or TP consumption down or anything like that. That doesn't apply. It just doesn't get any bonuses. So it's inferior to the original user. But I mean, if it wasn't, then Luger would be even more busted than he already is, and he's pretty damn busted to begin with. So yeah, it's probably for the best. Yeah, that's an ouch. The character writer for this series is a godsend. They did a really good job of kind of doing character studies basically in this game, honestly. Like they took what the characters did in the first game and they really tried to peel it apart and unpack it, you know what I mean? So they did a good job of it, I think. All right, let's go back to Duval so we can make a bonus payment on our repayment. I'm also going to stick the characters that are in the party for the next chapter into the party real quick. Just so that way they're all there for when we go there. Poor Alvin, he hasn't been in the party as a main character since chapter 7. Really getting shafted here, aren't you, Alvin? That's unfortunate. And unfortunately, because Gaius and Muse are here, that's going to continue to happen. He really gets the short end of the stick in this one after Chapter 7. He's in the party quite a bit in Chapter 7, but after that, it's like, okay, no more Alvin, sorry. I mean, he was in the main party in the first game, though, so I guess that sort of makes up for it. Okay, so we're going to go to Duval, because I'm going to go to the bar, and I'm going to buy some Iolite ore with the poker chips that I have. I forget exactly how many I went ahead and got, but I guess we're going to find out right now, because we can trade for prizes. Excuse me. It's over here. Yep, there we go. I got it. I bought a bunch of other stuff, so that way the only thing on this last page would be Iolite ore, which I guess I could have just gone like this and gone straight to it. So, but we got 211,700 chips, so let's get... I mean, we could buy all of them at this point if I really wanted to, so... Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'll just buy 40... I could buy 42. I'll just buy 40. That's enough. And again, each of those is worth 20,000 gold, so that's 800,000 gold just sitting in my pocket now for whenever we need it. We won't need it for now because we don't need it to make another payment, but it's there just in case we need to use it. So I'll sell it at this accessory shop right here and probably completely bankrupt all of their liquid assets, but that's okay because they'll have solid assets. And then I think we'll go to Drellin to buy a few little goodies just to resupply. It's mostly just our items, and then we'll move on to chapter 12. We're making good progress today, all things considered. So, all right, so let's just sell 5. I'll sell 6. Why not? So we'll get over the 200,000, and I've still got. I'll sell 1 more, so we've got a little bit of gold to spare, basically.
Sorry for all these calls. If I don't get your money, I'll get a pink slip.
Yeah, and we don't want you to lose your job just because, you know, I'm being not thorough on my loans, but I'm trying to be thorough.
Sometimes I wonder how you can call me a friend after I put you through all this stuff.
You know, Chapter 10 really is the point of no return for everybody in this game, isn't it? Everybody just goes through some shit after Chapter 10. Oh boy. Anyway, we can go get a bonus now from Triglyph, so let's go back to Triglyph and we'll see what our bonus is. Might get multiple bonuses, honestly, for how much we just paid. Agility Blast for Leia, so that gets Agility 3. We got Friendship Potion. I'll probably use those a little bit later, and I'll tell you why I'll use them once we get to a certain point. Because basically what I'd like to do is I'd like to get everyone in the main party to at least 9 hearts of affinity. And those friendship potions can kind of boost them over the edge after we get to a certain point. I just don't want to use them until we're done with the character episodes, because then I might give them too much affinity, and then any affinity that I get with them after that will be for nothing, because then they'll max out, even if you say the right thing. So I usually try to wait to use those until late in the game after you've done their character episodes. So 15 million left. Damn, I thought it was closer to 12 at this point. Yeah, there's still a lot left to go, unfortunately. I did the math, and in order to pay the full thing back, I think you need about... What was the amount that I needed for Iolite ore? I think you need about 5 million poker chips total to pay back from 20 million to 0. In order to completely pay that back just in Iolite ore, you would need 5 million poker chips. So, if you're willing to play poker for like 30 hours worth of gameplay, hey, go nuts. Go get the ending if that's what you want. But I like poker, but I'm not that big a fan of it. So yeah, it's again, you could just do it straight through with just that, but nah, I'll pass. I like poker, but it's a distraction. It's not the main draw for me, you know. Am I going to Spurious Building? That's where they said to go, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's save at the Alest High Road entrance, and then off we will go. I still have Rowan on the Intelligence Ring, don't I? Yeah. Okay, good. But I've still got the other, Emerald Ring, which is good because even though this Intelligence Ring did help, I mean, we petrified a guy that's resistant to Earth, for Christ's sakes, but at the same time, I might want to switch this out for a Fairy Ring with him after this chapter, just because the Fairy Rings will be available starting after this chapter is over, this main chapter. And I'll construct them for everybody, although that probably won't be until next time, so we'll see. Excuse me. Is there a decent way to grind during the stuff that the game expects you to do? Honestly, it's kind of just have Luger and Leia in your party and equip Lottery and Lottery 2. Because a lot of the enemies that you can find in the late game areas, particularly the most help that I had was in the Nal lava tubes. That was probably the best place I had for finding gold and experience and elemental ore. Because for some reason the enemies there are unnaturally a higher level than most of the others. I don't know what it is about that place, but that's where I was getting the most of everything. Like, we got even more there than we did around Fenmont, so... but Fractured Dimensions also help quite a bit. Don't get it twisted, because like we fought one warning snow dragon in Gaius's character episode number 2, and we got like 6,000 experience from that one fight. Now imagine encounter linking a whole bunch of stuff in there, and well, you get a pretty good idea of how much stuff you're going to get. So if you can bring Leia into a Fractured Dimension so that you can get a bunch of extra money, it might be a good idea to do that. Again, it's temporary because you end up closing the dimension off, but if you're going to get huge rewards out of it, then yeah, you might as well go nuts. Although we're above the endgame level at this point anyway, because we're at 61. So probably by the end of the game, we'll be around... Well, there's 16 chapters. We'll probably gain a level from each of the end chapter bosses. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. And then character episodes will probably get a couple more. So we'll probably be like mid to high 60s by the time we're done with the game, like 67, 68. We might get to 69, which would be nice, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. Anyway, off to Chapter 12 we go. We might actually have a slightly shorter stream today because I definitely don't want to finish Chapter 12 today. I want to call Chapter 12 a particular title for the episode that I have not gotten to use yet, but I will use a total of 2 times before we are done with the PS3 games. And it is as far as I know, probably the most appropriate title we could use for those times. So, have you been waiting for me, Vera? I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer because let's talk to Mr. Bakur and see what we're up to now with the real Mila. Again, not the real Mila, what he considers the real Mila. So,
as I recall,
the other one was just as real as she is.
Luger and Maxwell.
We don't trust.
Well, this is who you get.
People.
Oh, why don't you tell me how you really feel, Dr. Mathis?
Sure, I will. You didn't fund my Spyrite research, you bastard.
Spyrix and spirits.
The accord twixt the 2 nations has been ratified. Adversity can be a strong foundation for peace.
Mm-hmm.
How selfless of you to come all this way to give me your report. Both as
I mean, I figured you already
and a
got
citizen,
it, but...
I'm overjoyed.
I take it that you're Beasley Bakor. Looking at you, you do appear to be a formidable man.
Doesn't seem to be being as nice as he was previously.
My Mila was true too, you know.
Maybe he's just sick of our shit.
You are correct.
Every inch as proud as I'd expect from the Lord of Spirits.
I mean, she wouldn't have that pose
The
if she
dimensional
wasn't proud.
abyss has stabilized.
Because our fractured Mila
Then I shall
decided
transfer you
to
the
make
coordinates
a
of the fractured
sacrifice
dimension
there.
containing the final waymarker.
I guess at least we get that out of today.
Have you uncovered the identity of the last waymarker yet?
No. That said, you should find it easily enough. Focus your search on the divergence catalyst, as in any other case.
Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us.
If Dr. Mathis and his friends are willing to cooperate, you are sure to succeed.
Well, that's good, because they are willing.
Luger, but I do it on my own terms, to fulfill my duty.
Indeed. We cooperate because we want to, not because we are ordered to.
Exercising your own free will, huh? That is humanity's strength. You have some steadfast friends, Luger.
I try not to use them too much. Because that would be mean.
The final waymarker is within our grasp. In this grand endeavor, I wish you Godspeed.
You put a lot of trust in Luger.
With good reason. The key of Kresnik is mankind's last hope. Only he can overcome Origin's trial.
No pressure.
No pressure, right?
Yeah, really. Fantastic. Chapter 12, L and I. Oh, you know this is going to be something when that's the title of the chapter.
I didn't expect the company president to see us off personally.
A difficult man to predict.
You know what's weird, though?
I've had
Hang
the
on.
opportunity to meet scores of humans, but there's something very different about you. I deeply enjoy speaking with you. I don't know what it is about you that makes me feel that way.
Would you be surprised to hear that I get that a
But
lot?
that's not why I've troubled you today. I want you to have this. Humans impart meaning into objects, do they not? My intention with this is to express the gratitude that I feel for you every day.
So maybe you
It's
do
not
get
just
this
me.
from
This is a
5
symbol
Affection.
of her gratitude as well.
Okay, well, fair enough.
I know that she would have wanted you to have this. Please use it wisely.
Thanks, Mila. Yeah, Assault Dancer. So that's the Whirling Assault art that you can get for Luger there. I believe if you're hunting for grade trophies or trophies in general, in order to see all the skits, you actually have to play through the game twice, and you have to, like, pump Fractured Mila's affinity up to, I think it's 9 affinity total before she dies in order to get all of the skits, because she can give you those rewards, or Prime Mila can give you those rewards. So you have to, I guess, honestly, in some cases, you might have to play the game a total of 3 times, because it depends on how much you boosted her affinity before she passes on. If you didn't do it at all, then you'd just get all of Prime Mila's skits, and then you could pump her affinity in the second file, or the second New Game Plus, and then you could get them all from Fractured Mila. But you won't get all of the skits on one go, because Prime Mila and Fractured Mila's skits are mutually exclusive. If you get one, you won't get the other. So, yeah. Anyway, I believe if we... okay, so these 4 are in the party, and it looks like everybody else is taking a coffee break. So, since that's the case... Why do I get, like, a weird vibe from this? Especially with them standing there and saluting and everything. Like, it just... I don't know, it reminds me of, like, those old war films. I don't know why. Extremely dense? Boy, that's not encouraging. Anyway, before we go there, let's go to Drellin to restock on our supplies, because I said I was going to do this, and then I didn't do this. So let's go do that. Am I still food? No, I'm not still food. That's not a sentence, but I said it anyway. How do I want to do this? Honestly, I might just eat another medium fruit yakisoba, because I know where we're going in this chapter. And as far as I'm aware, there's nothing that I particularly care about in terms of treasures, so I may as well just eat for the boss fight, you know. There's also, I don't think, any exclusive enemies in this one. Well, except the boss, but yeah. Let's sell that potato salad, because I don't need that. Buy another medium fruit yakisoba. There we go. Get some items, so we're good there. Wow, we used quite a few pineapple gels in that fight. Alright then. Well, I mean, I guess, you know, Rowan and Muse were both casting like maniacs, so that kind of... That'll kind of do it. Alright, we'll save, and then off we'll go to the next Fractured Dimension. And honestly, I might actually take my time with going through this one. Even though, like I said, I don't think there's too many new enemies to fight here, if any at all. I might take my time going through this one, just because there's a few cutscenes to go through while you're at it, but I definitely don't want to finish it today. I don't want to do the boss fight of it today, so I want to wait on that one to give that some time. But we'll see how it goes. Off we go. So what I'm basically saying is, depending on how long this takes, it might be a shorter stream today.
Charlton, huh?
So.
It's been ages.
Oh, not again. We just got here and you're already twirling this guy's Ifrit cup again?
It takes me back to when we all first met.
Yeah, it's true. We did meet in this market. Well, Jude, Mila, and you, huh?
Yes. I am Rowan Ilbert. I was once the steward for House Cheryl. A pleasure to see you again.
How dare you!
How dare I
excuse
what?
me?
You take me for an idiot? I don't know who put together that costume of yours, pal, but it's not fooling me.
Costume?
Don't play dumb. Conductor Ilbert died 8 years ago.
Oh.
He was murdered. Have you no shame?
Well, I didn't know that. Yeah, what do you mean Rowan was murdered?
Where have you been? It was a big deal in Riza Maxia.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't here.
King Gaius threw him a state funeral and everything.
Well, that was nice of him, but still.
Huh?
Why and
Who
how?
murdered him?
No one knows. They found the body floating in Lake Xillia in Olympias.
Oh.
Lake Xillia.
So that dry lake bed is filled in this universe?
Now, I've had enough
Maybe
of
it's
your
the
sick
divergence
little
catalyst.
joke. Buzz off.
Huh.
Intriguing. A fractured dimension in which I've been murdered.
Yeah, that's not
But
good.
if everyone here already knows about Olympias, and Rowan died 8 years ago...
This fractured dimension must be several years ahead of the prime dimension.
How's that even work?
Anyway, let's investigate the murder scene.
Well, we'll figure it out later. Or we won't at all, because we're going to destroy this dimension anyway, so what do we care? Alright, time to investigate, gang.
They said the murder scene was at Lake Xillia in Olympias, correct?
Yes.
That is what they said. But visiting the site of my own murder, I can't say I'm looking forward to this.
I can say that the mutton guy's always looking forward to fresh mutton, though.
An interesting question. Shall we visit the manor to see for ourselves?
Oh yeah, that's right. We did bury that time capsule in Rowan character episode 2. So maybe if this is a few years ahead, maybe we can unbury it now. Lady Drizel.
So, you used to be Drizel's stewer, Rowan? What kind of stews did you make?
Stewer. Is that even a word?
I mean, it is now.
I wasn't her stewer. I was her steward.
But to be fair, I could cook up a mean beef stew.
Oh, I know that word. It's like a handmaid, right?
Steward...
Steward is another word for butler. I served Lady Drizel, the Lord of Sherrilton.
Okay, Luger, put it back in your pants with the R1 there. Okay, I don't know about both of these options. I think that the L1 is pretty silly, but I don't think I need the R1. That just again, he's being excessively horny. Put it in your pants, Luger. Yeah, Luger, you're exposing yourself. Stop it. Being trapped in a fractured dimension would be good for learning how to play the other cast members for people who've only played Luger so far. Yeah, it's the reason why I like playing the other characters in their character episodes is because the game doesn't actively encourage you to do that, even if it is their character episode. I like to do it because it feels more appropriate, because most of the time the characters are confronting their own, like, thoughts and feelings from the first game. So it feels better to play as them so they can actively confront it, rather than them being like, well, I'm confronting it, but only from a story standpoint. Luger's doing all the fighting, you know? So, but yeah, most people only end up playing as Luger through a good majority of this game. If they have to play as anybody else, it's usually few and far between, so, because the game doesn't specifically tell you to do that, so. Both of these options, yeah, I know. I'm going to say L1. Okay, Rowan likes that option. It's going to be a joke.
Rowan wears dresses?
L, don't be mean. If he likes wearing dresses, let him like it.
Now, L. The human heart is extremely complex. You need to keep an open mind.
Yeah, what she said.
Wait, what? It's quite a relief to hear you say that.
Okay, here we go.
At first, Lady Drizel had to force me to wear the dress, but when I saw my reflection, I was stunned by my beauty.
Oh my god.
On that day, I was truly born anew.
Stop, Luger! He likes dressing in drag, it's fine!
Don't think too hard on such playful banter.
Oh no, that was good. I like that. That was fun. Okay, no new items. I kind of expected we wouldn't, because, I mean, hell, it's not like they're going to stock treats and specifics or something in any of these fractured dimensions for a limited time only, right? No, I don't think they actually ever do, so. Okay, that's not new. We've got all that. The reason why it said up for Luger is because I'm, wearing the Nightmare Helm. Okay, so the Gothic Helm actually gives a little more physical defense than the Nightmare Helm, but it doesn't have the other benefits the Nightmare Helm has, like better art defense and all that stuff, so. Well, I don't know if these are better or not, but... Excuse me. Oh, no, that's the one Gaius has right now, so probably those are all the ones we already have. So. Stop playing along with that. I'm giggling like a dork right now. No, it's just... Sometimes it's just fun to mess around and play along with that stuff, you know what I mean? Because it's just like, now, how far can we push the joke, you know? Oh, I guess this would be a pretty good Fractured Dimension, though, if you like these accessories. And to be fair, these are pretty good accessories, Black Onyx and Moonstone. I, specifically out of all of them, I like the Moonstone because it kind of does a similar thing to what the Fairy Ring and the Emerald Rings do, where it doesn't reduce your TP costs, but it does increase your total TP pool, which would make it a little easier for you to use arts and stuff like that. I just like the Emerald and Fairy Rings a little bit better because they have a larger effect on your TP, right? The Moonstone only increases your TP by 20%, which effectively gives you a 20% reduction, whereas the Emerald Ring gives you a 33% reduction, and the Fairy Ring gives you a 50% reduction. So the overall, the net total that you get out of the Emerald and Fairy Rings is greater. But hey, Black Onyx isn't too bad either. I mean, Rowan can definitely benefit from that. Look at his HP by comparison to the rest of us. It's practically as low as Prompto's in Final Fantasy 15. Good lord, man. I always have to keep Prompto equipped with one of the armlets, like a bronze armlet and an iron armlet or whatever, because, or rather an iron bangle, bronze bangle, all that stuff, because he just has such low HP compared to everybody else. So giving him those kind of boosts him up enough to keep him in where he's not dying a lot. Excuse me, not that he's dying a lot, but you know. On this day, a new door opened for me, bamboozling Luger. It's always fun. You gotta do it. Well, you don't gotta do it, but Luger just didn't think about these things before. He hasn't reached that age yet where he has the ability to test these things out for himself. Because he's like... I want to say he's either 16 or 18. I don't remember exactly. But, well, yeah, he's definitely... If that's the case, he's definitely not the age where he can test these things for himself. What do I have to use for this? Anonymous seed? I don't think I need that badly. Alright, so anyway, the first thing we're going to do now that I'm done putzing around is continue to putz around because, again, I don't want to do the boss fight of this chapter. And the boss fight is actually at Lake Xillia. So, since that's the case, we'll putz around some more. Let's go see if our time capsule is ready to be unburied yet. And then we'll head off to Marksburg. You don't have to unbury this, by the way, especially if you didn't do Rowan's character episode 2. This wouldn't even be available yet. So, like, if you haven't been keeping up with your character episodes yet, this wouldn't even be available to you. There is a good reason why I wanted to do it, though, as you'll see in a minute.
Burying them here was Lady Drusil's idea.
Should we dig them up?
Yeah, let's not dig them all up, because, like, that'd be digging up Elise's and Drizel's, and they're not even here to enjoy them, so let's just dig up the peoples that are here. Okay.
I promised Elise and herself.
Very well.
So it'll just be Rowan's and
mine. We should dig up only mine and Luger's.
All right, then. It's nice, though, that Elle does that, because he's like, no, I kind of promised my big sister, so... And for burying the spurious sledge from earlier, we get a new sledgehammer that has taken in earth ore, the obsidian sledge. This behaves very similarly to the Zeus Crusher Earth, although I think it's more powerful, so...
Interesting.
This dimension's history was identical to the Prime's, until some point in the past.
Probably 8 years ago.
Perhaps my death was the point at which the two split.
Yeah, and that would mean whoever killed you is the divergence catalyst.
The death of a nation's prime minister would certainly leave a mark on history.
Yeah.
Rowan, don't you want to meet this dimension's Drisel?
I'd better not. Nothing good would come of it.
Probably not. It would probably remind her of painful memories. So. Oh yeah, and we also get a Dread Needle, which I believe is an Earth Element weapon for Rowan. And I think it's better than the Abeille. I'll be mispronouncing that, but you know. Yeah, it is better. It's Earth Element for its attack, but it does give higher art attack by a substantial amount, along with another extra AC for Rowan, so it might not be a bad idea to equip it anyway. It also increases max HP, which I was just talking about being a problem for him, so there you go. Keep that on for a little while until we get something better for you. But yeah, so the Obsidian Sledge is the spurious sledge, but it's been imbued with the force of the Earth. So now it gives Luger an extra AC by comparison to the Rune Smasher, so that's also nice. It has a chance to stun enemies, just like the Haniyasu that Gaius has, and its Earth Element. It's also the strongest elemental weapon that Luger has available right now. But Earth Element in this game is amazing because it gives you access to Petrify, and with the Crusher skill equipped for Luger, Petrify will proc pretty decently often, so it's actually a really solid upgrade for him. And, yeah, I might as well equip it. Why not? Just for now. I might re-equip Rune Smasher later, but you do want to keep a regular hammer with no element on it for Luger, because Crusher allows you to inflict the break status with just a regular hammer. Crusher basically says that it increases the chance of any status that's applied with a hammer attack. So with the Rune Smasher, you can apply Break, Obsidian Sledge applies Petrify, and Stun, in this case, because it has a chance to stun. Zeus Crusher can apply Burn, the Air can apply Paralysis, Darkness can apply Poison, So eventually Luger will have access to a very wide variety of status ailments just through his hammers, and I mean, he'll have them through his swords and guns as well, but it's harder for him to apply them. Gaius can do the slashing one, so the only one we'll really not have very good access to is Nausea, I think, which is from guns. And honestly, that one, I apply it so rarely to enemies that I don't even know what it does. So, like, Bleed, I think, makes the enemies lose HP if they do certain things, but not other things. I usually don't get that one very often either. But Break is really nice because then enemies' Iron Stance can be broken immediately. And then you've got Petrify, which is great. Paralysis is pretty good too. Enemies can be paralyzed just as well as you can. Poison and Burn in combination are really effective at just draining enemy HP down. So eventually we'll have access to Water and Light as well for Luger's hammers, and those will let you inflict Confuse and Skill Seal, I think. So any skills the enemy has equipped, they don't have anymore. And I'm trying to remember if that applies to... There's a status through a skill, if I recall correctly, that certain bosses have in this game that prevents them from being juggled in the air as easily. So if Skill Seal prevents that skill from working, that would mean you could effectively increase your DPS output by juggling them. So it might be a good idea, honestly, to do that. I don't know if that's how it works or not, but hey, if it is, then cool. That'll work pretty good. Wonder how the enemies fight here. Let's find out. I mean, back attack and counter link's not so nice, but make it work. We're also lacking a traditional healer in this chapter, so just keep that in mind, because you'll have to be a little more careful than you normally are. But that's okay. Doesn't look like they're particularly difficult, these guys.
Hungry hunter. Line collapse. Slow rage.
Well, we whiffed on that one a little bit, but that's okay.
Energy shackles.
Oh, wait.
Keep it up.
Dude, you're the coolest. Try shooting
As I say, you can keep blocking, but I'll just keep shooting in the back.
Yeah, definitely.
You bet.
Well, that was less exuberant than I expected it to be, but I guess at least the EXP in the Gald is good. Probably have to stay at the inn because of that, but that's okay. I don't know if I really care that much, though, to fight these enemies or to look for the treasures, but yeah, well, I said I was going to putz around a little more, so maybe I will look for the treasures. Why not? Probably not going to bother going too far off the beaten path, though. Okay, well. No thank you, goodbye. Like, there's no cats to find, at the very least, so we don't got to worry about that part. And we also don't have to worry about getting any more ore, so all the treasures that you can get here are probably exactly the same as they are in, what is it, Sapstrath High Road? Yeah, Sapstrath High Road normally. So I wouldn't really worry about it. The enemies here aren't giving nearly the kind of experience that the enemies in Gaius' character episode did, so if you really want to fight stuff, I would say wait until you're in the character episodes themselves, because those seem to give better experience. What was with the lighting in that cave? That was really weird. Whatever. I think there's a treasure up on top of this cliff as well, so I guess I'll go grab that one. As long as I don't get smooshed by enemies here, which, well, they tried to smoosh me, but it didn't really work out for them now, did it? Oh, okay, you already came away from this bag. A bee's nest. Someone put that bee's nest in a bag, and I just pulled it out. I hope all the bees that are in it are dead. Okay, Chimera's main. I guess we don't have one of those, so that could be kind of nice. I don't need that for any materials, like for custom orders, though, so it's not strictly necessary, I suppose. There are certain situations, though, where Fractured Dimensions have pretty good treasures that you'll want to grab for custom materials, custom orders, rather. Like, for example, one of Elise's chapters actually lets us get access to an item called a Dingy Puffball. and only one of them, unfortunately, so you can't use that one to make your life easier and create a custom order out of it, because you need 2 for the custom order that I need them for. And I'm going to be making that item twice because it's a piece of armor, so both Elise and Muse can equip it. So I need a total of 4 dingy puffballs, but having the 1 will make my life a little bit easier, because that's less that I need to get from random treasure points in the final dungeon. So yeah, sometimes it's worth it to keep an eye out for those, but more often than not, you only get 1 of them. So it's a little bit less than ideal, because it's like, yeah, I mean, okay, I could, you know, go out of my way to get it from here, or I could just send the cats out to get them when I have access to them from other places. And right now, since we've explored all of the world map, we have access to the vast majority of the materials that are available to us. The only ones we really don't have access to are the ones that are in the final chapter, so. And I guess it kind of goes without saying, because I said that, but it logically follows that since you can't get all of the materials until the final chapter of the game, you also can't get all 100 cats until the final chapter of the game, because there are, in fact, cats to find in the final dungeon. Actually, there's only 1, and I think the other one is from Kitty Dispatch, but there you go. Speaking of Kitty Dispatch, I wonder if I should try to send them out for
What do you think, Rolo?
certain other things. Like, are there any cats that I don't have yet that I could get from Kitty Dispatch? Area bonuses in Olympias today. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Okay, Arklin Quag, we have 1. And I think that one's from Kitty Dispatch, so I can go there. It's not, we don't have area bonus there, but you know, that's okay. And then we have the ones in Fenmont as well. I believe both of those are Kitty Dispatch, so that would be 93, 94, and then 95 from Orda Palace. Okay. What are our area bonuses again? Return time cut. So the next time I'm going to be playing probably won't be until next Tuesday, because I have a whole bunch of stuff to do for midterms week, which is next week. So you probably won't really get much access to these. I guess I could go Orda Palace and then just give you catnip to see if we can find the other cats. I'm not really worried about the rewards, but might as well. Cats in the final dungeon. How? Why? What? I don't know if they ever really explain it, but honestly, cats getting into places they're not supposed to be is pretty par for the course. So.
Murder, huh? Just what happened in this world?
It's a good question. Maybe we'll get an answer the closer we get to Lake Xillia. Oh, anything new from here? Probably not, right? Oh, well, there's a cutscene here, so. Oh, hello.
What a cute little glowy dog thing.
Is that a palette swap of Corinne? Nah, not enough tails. And I believe you can answer the question. Yes, you can pet the dog in Tales of Xillia 2. Oh, it cast a little spell on me. That's so cute.
It's a spyrite.
Yeah.
Hey, found you. Don't go running off like that.
Excuse me, but is that a spyrite?
Huh? Yeah, what else would it be?
Does it ever, lose control of itself?
Good heavens, no. I mean, he gets into trouble once in a while, but he's a good little spyrite.
Where might we learn more about spyrite technology?
Well, you could try the Spurious Corporation, I guess, but I doubt they'll tell you anything worthwhile.
I guess a company has to keep its trade secrets.
It's not really in their interest to spill any secrets. They have a total monopoly on the spyrite market.
I wonder if in this universe the Spurious Corporation actually helped fund Jude's spyrite research. Because that was kind of why Jude was getting into a whole spitting match back there with Beasley, is because they wouldn't fund his spyrite research. And it's why his research has been so slow. I believe that's kind of in background information, though. Like, they don't tell you that directly in the game. It's just implied from what Jude said, and then I think if you look into it, that's like, you'll get a confirmation.
Spyrite technology is everywhere in this world.
Perhaps the Jude of this dimension could tell us the secret to making spyrite technology viable.
Maybe, and that would make our job a lot easier.
One more question. Have you ever heard the name Jude Mathis?
Yeah, oh, it knows magic. Nice.
Sure, in school. He's the guy who brought spyrite technology to the masses.
Uh-oh. She learned about it in school. That only means one thing.
How about that, Jude?
Shame how he died, though.
Yeah.
It's been a few years, but I still remember all the news stories about that mass murder.
So it was a mass murder. So Jude and Rowan died at the same time. Who else got killed?
All those bodies bobbing in Lake Xillia? Ugh.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, lady. Ugh.
Wait, I'm dead too?
Maybe don't say that too loud.
Clearly,
Jude.
we need to get to this Lake Xillia.
Yeah, it seems to be the nexus point of all the problems in this universe.
It's turning out to be quite the crime scene.
Are we gonna have to Phoenix write this chapter to figure out who killed Jude and Rowan? Oh boy. Is it too late for a last-minute change in game mechanics? No, actually, Fractured Mila suffered a fate worse than death, Al, but... Well, we'll talk about that later. Who's a good boy? Spirit dogs. Gotta love them. There won't be anything new here. What about here? Nope, same stuff. Okay, so probably this universe has the same stuff. You can, by the way, if you look around all over the place in the shops and stuff, you'll see Spyrites all over the place. Like, see, there's one over there. There's a couple in the shops back there. They're everywhere in this universe. It's like Jude said. Idealism and reality. So we're in a summer camp murder movie then. I hope Jason Voorhees doesn't show up. That would be the font of Jude's research. Only his research hasn't borne fruit yet, so...
Jude? Hello? What's his deal?
He's in his own head. Hang on. Jude, Jude, Jude. Come on, Jude. Wake up. I mean, that might do it.
What? Why are you suddenly doing backflips?
Because you're doing backflips in your head and you're not paying any attention to Elle's question.
Because you were spacing out.
Sorry about that. I was just thinking about those Spyrites.
That's what you wanted to make all along, right? So, good job?
There you go.
That's true, but I can't help but wonder if their development might be connected to, you know...
Well, they couldn't be connected to that, could they? Because if they were connected to the murder, then it wouldn't have been a mass murder because you would have died at the same time as Rowan. So you would have had to have invented the Spyrites before that.
Can't you just be happy like a normal person? I don't like seeing you moping around like this. It reminds me of... Mila.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Al. After all, now I know success is possible. I should be happy about that.
That's a good point.
Exactly. Kind of like...
Like that.
On second thought, I'll think of a different example.
Wah, wah. Maybe you're a little too over the top there, Luger. Whoa, really? So, Beasley's not taken in this universe. Alright, that's cool, I guess. I was more interested in your Spyrite, but sure, tell me about Beasley's love life instead. That's definitely what I want to hear. Hold on, let me go throw up into my wastebasket. Al, Luger did something cool. Cut him some slack. Yeah, there you go. That was a cool choice, yeah. You could, I think if I remember right, you pick the Mila option, it gets you a little Mila affinity. It's probably funny either way because Luger does a flip twice in that one, and then the Mila one is probably just her having difficulty getting Jude's attention because she's like, why do you want me to get his attention? How am I supposed to? And being, you know, Mila from Xillia 1, the one we know, so. Man, how can I continue to drag this out? It's only been about 15 minutes. Isn't that cute? Although yours looks more like a squirrel than a dog. I don't know how I feel about that. Because it reminds me of the Nutkins. I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Okay, yeah, I didn't think there would be anything new here, so... Cool. His squirrel wakes him up? They can do that? Yeah, I guess so. It uses a tiny little splash art on him. Oh my god, look at that! Nature in Olympius? When did this happen?
Nature seems to be bouncing back.
Must be because of the Spyrites, then. The mana can kind of flow freely here. And again, it means that this is possible. Jude and Mila. You two really get each other, huh? Mila seems happy about your success, too. Yeah, no, I feel like R1's pretty obvious, Luger, so let's just say this one. Oh, good, more Jude affinity.
Yeah.
No, Nutkins in Final Fantasy V can burn in the fiery depths of the ninth circle. Actually, regular Nutkins in 5 aren't too bad. It's the Skull Eaters you want to watch out for.
This is simply the way Jude is. Please try and understand.
I thought he was a do-gooder, though.
Wait, you
Maybe he
found
can be
something
both.
strange in Lake Xillia?
While I was fishing, I reeled it in by accident.
Wait a minute. I know that thing. This is the stuffed animal the governor of Sheraldton asked us to look for.
Oh, no.
Right. Apparently, it was that poor little girl's most prized possession.
Why did it show up now? She's been dead for years.
Somebody also murdered Elise? Son of a bitch. Oh my god, what an image.
Which means the murdered girl was none other than...
Well, that's gonna haunt my nightmares tonight.
Elise.
What in the world happened at that lake?
Nothing
There's
good,
no
I
case
can
for
assure
Lake
you.
Xillia. The culprit must be long gone, or perhaps we can obtain some more information about the deed.
Boy, I hope so, because at this point, we're going to be talking about how many of the Xillia 1 cast got slaughtered. Jesus. Well, that's a gruesome scene. If it wasn't so gruesome, it might be worth it to use that for thumbnail, but I feel like that might be a little too much of a spoiler. So. Oh, good. Thank you for telling me about the materials. Same stuff. Ah, okay. I had a feeling eventually we were going to find some newer stuff, so... Well, we can get some new stuff for everybody in the party, actually, so that's cool. And, well, this is strictly speaking better for Rowan in terms of attack, but it's not better in terms of HP, so I might wait on this. Yeah, because I can wait on this until we get him his endgame weapon later, because that one probably won't have HP attached to it either, but it'll be better enough to where the HP drop is worthwhile. Actually, thinking about it, I don't think Rowan has any more fights. Now that we fought Noctigal, I think that's it. I don't think he has any more fights in his character episodes, so the only fights he'll be in the party for from now on are just any elite monsters I use him for, so... Excuse me. Yeah, those fucks. So they murdered the entire Xillia 1 cast? It's possible. The rate they're going, I wouldn't be shocked. That would make them worse, I think. More ornery Nutkins lead to more determined hits. Yeah. I mean, I think I see what you're saying with that. It might be slightly lewd, but I think I see what you're saying with that. Okay, so the Silver Maul is exactly the same in terms of attack power as the Obsidian Sledge. It just doesn't have the Earth element attached to it. And actually, I think we need a Silver Maul, right? For the endgame stuff? Yeah, we do. Okay, cool. So, yeah, let's just grab some stuff for everybody. Well... We won't grab it for Rowan, but because I'll run out of money at the rate that we're going. But it's not like I don't have a bunch of Iolite ore just hanging out in my back pocket in case there's, like, you know, armor as well. So, I don't know why I just did that. It wouldn't have equipped anybody else, so. Okay, cool. I'll stick the Silver Maul on for now. This is the unfortunate part about the guns, by the way, is that you usually don't get a lot of gun upgrades in this game. You get, like, I think there's only about 8 or 9 guns in the whole game. No, that's actually too many, I think. Well, no, that's not right, because there's 6 that are elemental, and then I think there's 4 total that you can equip. Like, there's Spurious Shot. I think we had 1 more before this, Spitfires. No, there's a couple more, actually, because there's one that you get for an exclusive bonus for doing a certain quest a certain way. There's the Devil Arm one. There's the Allied Arm one. So I think that's 12 total. So, oh, hang on, I didn't equip everybody else. Take those insects off your arms, Jude. Is it worth it to give her the Solid Edge, though? I bought this without really thinking about the fact that she gets the Dex boost and the crit rate? Yeah. Dex and crit rate from the Balance Blade. So it might actually be worth it to leave that on her for a little while until her endgame weapon comes up. So I might not actually end up using the Solid Edge. I'm really... Can you tell that I'm really not that worried about money at this point? Like, I'll just spend on it without even thinking about it. It doesn't matter too much, so... I don't know if we need any of Luger's stuff for his later gear. I think the only one we need is the Silver Maul, so... I know we don't need... I don't know if we actually need the Takezo for Gaius, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to keep it anyway, just in case we do. But I know I won't need any of this stuff for them, because outside of Luger and Gaius, I'm not going to be buying any elemental weapons, so I'll probably just give them whatever they get at endgame, and that'll be good enough, you know. Still don't know how much of this stuff I need. I think I need a bunch of striped ribbons, though. I think I need like 4 of those in order to get what I need there. Probably a good chunk of this we don't need, but I'm going to wait to sell any of this excess stuff until we've made all of the endgame stuff. So once we get to the debt period in between chapter 15 and 16, right before the final dungeon comes up, that's when I'll make all of the custom materials, custom orders that we need from the materials we have, and then anything that we don't need at that point I'll just sell off. So, although accessories-wise, no, actually I shouldn't sell accessories after this chapter, even though our equipped accessories will be done, because some of those accessories we'll actually be using to make weapons and armor, so yeah, I won't sell after this. Sell 3 more Iolite ore, because why the hell not? Oh, my cat's back. Well, let's look at what's at the armor shop first. Okay, nothing new, just some weapons. That's fine. But what did the cats find? Whole bunch of good stuff. Not the rarest item, but that's okay. And we found the other cat in Orda Palace. Good. Now, that won't reflect in our total cats until you leave the screen and come back.
Let's have everyone help out.
Okay, that's fine. So now for Fenmont, I don't remember if you can get multiple cats in a single trip. I guess we could find out by doing this. I just don't know if we'll be able to get the cat back before we're done with the stream today, so we'll see. Alright, well anyway, I've got a whole bunch of excess money burning a hole in my pocket now, but that's fine. I was going to say, is this a regular dog? No, it's a Spyrite. It looks to be Earth Elemental.
So it is possible. We can make a world free of Spyrix.
I suppose you could say this is an ideal future. In that one sense, at least.
Just a shame about all the dead people. Yeah, it's nice to see Olympius bouncing back. Again, it genuinely took me by surprise the first time I played this game, because... Well, remember that this place had the somber jazz in the background previously. Now it just has the same music as every other adventure field in Rize Maxia. And for some reason, that feels like a good thing to me, even though they're reusing music. It's like, it connects this place through the music that they're reusing to a place with a lot of greenery, which is something that Olympius doesn't have. So whoever decided to put that in as the background music here did a pretty good job. It's a subtle thing, but I do enjoy it. So, Daddy makes the best food.
Drellin's so full of restaurants. The entire city smelled fantastic.
We're all gonna smell like grilled fish forever now, though.
Just thinking about it makes my stomach growl.
Do you need to stop before we go? Because I wouldn't want you to be collapsing like you did in the first game.
Really? At a time like this? Clearly all that time in the Abyss did nothing to steady your metabolism.
I mean, if anything, Jude, has she had anything to eat besides fruit yakisoba since she got out of there? She's gonna need some protein.
Oh, food is the fundamental building block of life, Jude. And you can't fight on an empty stomach.
Very true.
Everyone's talking about
hard.
food, and now I'm hungry.
Well, we can make something.
As am I. When do you imagine we'll be eating?
Let's ask the head chef. Rollo, of course, also wants to
has
know.
them all eating out of your hand, Luger.
That was the plan all along, my dear Jude.
Indeed. Although I understand that Elle's father is quite the cook in his own right.
That's what she said, yeah.
He sure is. He's the best cook I've ever met in my life.
Defeating Luger in the kitchen is no easy feat. I hope I get the opportunity to try his cooking one day.
Let's hope he's okay after what happened to him in the first chapter. Well, before the first chapter.
When I see him again, I'll ask him for you.
Cool. Put in a good word for us,
Maybe
Elle.
he'll take pity on everyone and cook for all of you.
I certainly hope he does.
Well, that would be most generous of him.
And hey, it would give Luger something to work up to.
Slaves to your appetites. The whole lot of you.
Well, yeah, Jude, not all of us can work on an empty stomach like you do into the night on your Spyrite research. She is such a gremlin. I love it. Oh, man, yeah. No, Elle's... I really like the way that they characterize Elle starting in Chapter 10, where it's less that she's just like a 6-year-old damsel in distress that you have to rescue. It still is the case in Chapter 10, but they do that less and less the further and further in the game that you get, and they give her more opportunities to be a goober and be a gremlin and be a little girl, and it's just nice because it allows her to sort of embody the character that she actually is for the story, you know what I mean? So I'm dumb. I'm obsessed with Yggdra Union, but almost every achievement that you've gotten recently are the rarer or rarest ones. Beating hard mode, getting a D ending, get 80% of the items. I don't know if that makes you dumb. Honestly, getting the harder ones out of the way first might be for the best, all things considered. So I'd say that's pretty good. Alright, so I don't know if I'll fight any of the enemies here. I'm trying to think if these guys are exclusive to here. Did we fight boars in the previous Katamar Heights? I don't know. I'm going to fight them just because. That way we get the... in case they're exclusive, which they might be. Hillboar. Yeah, these are exclusive because this is completely different from the Katamar Heights in our dimension. Which, I mean, it makes sense considering the fact that the Katamar Heights in our dimension is a rocky hellscape, so... Oh good, we got him anyway. Didn't really work that well, but, you know. Okay, something's still alive, so I guess I'll kill it.
We got this.
I figured this guy would be weak to guns, considering. That's why I went to guns, but it's fine. Not bad on the items there either, actually, because we don't have Leia in the party, so getting that many items from one battle is pretty unheard of. Let me give you context. Minus the RNG fest of the bonus boss is special. I don't think getting the D ending is hard, more time-consuming. I think you did it casually about 20 hours on mobile, and that was your first time doing it. Well, that's pretty good then, all things considered. Doesn't seem like it's terribly... doesn't seem like a huge amount of time to spend to get it, you know. So, I mean, you said it's time-consuming, but even so. I mean, I guess for a game where you play it multiple times through, yeah, that would be pretty time-consuming, so... Also played that one way more aggressively than on Steam, but in terms of rarity, 3.3% of people have done it. Interesting. That's not a lot, actually. Oh, okay, these guys drop Chimera's mains. Interesting. They don't look like Chimeras to me, but fair enough. Alright, so we got Neighborhawks, Hillboars, Red Rock Tortoises. Let's see if we see anything else out in the hills here. Yes, whatever you're supposed to be. Ah yes, terrifying worm monsters from beyond my imagination. Exactly what I would expect to find in a place like this. Oh god. Okay. Thanks, Jude.
We got this.
Smash him on the way down.
My sword rings true.
Nice gravity on that cyclone there, Mila. That really works pretty good. Okay, so it looks like everything's going to work out. It looks like we'll basically just barely be almost at Lake Xillia by the time I'm ready to end the episode anyway. So that's good. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to drag it out enough to make it worthwhile, but it looks like we're in pretty good shape. Oh good, wild grass seeds. Again, I like this chapter because it kind of gives you this impression of, okay, this is the world that they're looking to create. It is a shame about them being dead, but everything that they're trying to do in the world of Xillia 2 is possible, first of all, and second of all, it generates such a positive result for Olympias. So, it's nice to see the world. It's not nice to see that they're dead, but it's nice to see the world as it is, you know? So, probably... How many more do we have on that fruit yakisoba? Just the one? Well, we'll see if there's any more monsters on the way through Red Rock Canyon here. But if there isn't, then we'll just leave that one for the boss fight. Oh. Wow, lots of pudding cakes here. What, did somebody drop their... Well, that's not really a lunch, but, you know. Okay, well, a little extra money never hurt nobody. I'll take it. They didn't drop their lunch, it turns out. They dropped their lunch money. Okay, well, we're done with herbs. Let's see. 5 rarest achievements are beating hard mode, getting ending D, a hidden achievement that requires a second run, so you get why people don't have it. Getting all the tactics cards once again requires a second playthrough, and getting all items. All these achievements have less than 4% rates on Steam, so it sounds like you've got a pretty exclusive, not a monopoly, but you've got a pretty exclusive look at all of those, so congrats on those. Seems like something that people just didn't want to bother taking the time to do, but it's probably good that you did do it, because it means you've got bragging rights for those. I haven't seen any new enemies, so I almost want to look for cats here, because it seems like such a new area that you would also see in the Prime Dimension, but no, we don't quite have this kind of greenery yet. Again, it's good that it's possible, though. Alright, that's just a +1 strength, so Luger could use the strength. He's very Alvin with his attack power. I don't remember if he gets point conversions, though. Like, I think Alvin already has access to attack and defense conversion in his skill list, but I don't think Luger gets access to those. I think he gets access to TP conversion, which makes sense because he uses a lot of TP, but I don't think he gets access to attack and defense conversion, even though he could probably benefit decently from them. He might get them, but probably not until, like, way later in the game, so... Sometimes I look at this area, and again, it's not like overgrown with grass to the point where it's ridiculous or something like that, but just looking at it is nice, you know what I mean? Like, you have the direct comparison to what it was, and it just makes me want to take a deep breath, you know what I mean? It just makes me want to look at the place and just take in the sights and the smells. It reminds me of, like, because my family has taken a couple of trips all over the Allegheny Plateau, which is in southern New York. That's where the top of the Allegheny Plateau is, for anyone who's unaware of the region. And one of my favorite trips we ever took was when we went with a whole bunch of my family members to Watkins Glen. That was a pretty fun time. I enjoy hiking and stuff like that, so that really appealed to me. And everybody, like, when I say everybody, I mean it was almost like a family reunion. That was how many of my relatives were there, basically. So it was nice. It just gives me nice, warm, fuzzy feelings. I'm just going to throw that away. Somebody's lunch can get tossed at this point. There's nothing over here. That's where the cats were, I think. But yeah, if you're ever looking for a place to go hiking, Watkins Glen is a pretty good time. At least it was when I was there last. It's been probably 8 or 10 years since the last time we went there, so it's kind of tough for me to recommend it now, but, you know. Okay, good. We got a cat. Gazpacho! We didn't get that one. I'll have to look and see if that one is Kitty Dispatch as well, but if we get that one, we'll have 93. I think we're supposed to have 95 at this point. No, I know why we don't have 95, because there's one in Fort Gandala. Then I think there's one in Kitty Dispatch in Fort Gandala, and that will get us to 95, if I remember right, so... Look, I am obsessed with this game. Played the hell out of the GBA version, and that one is harder than what we have on Steam. Never forget that you got like 30 game overs the first time in the GBA version. Now, you usually don't even get one before you finish a playthrough. See, that's nice. It means that you're constantly improving with it, and I always appreciate that with games that I can go back to and just constantly improve with them. It just makes the replay value feel more palpable. It feels more tangible, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, no, I can get better at this than I was previously. And it just feels like my time going back to the games just feels less wasted that way, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm playing it just because. Okay, well, up ahead of here is Lake Xillia. There will be water this time in Lake Xillia, thanks to the Spyrite being around. But will we be able to solve the mystery of the Xillia 1 cast murder, or will we have to add more evidence to the court record first? Find out on the next episode of Tales of Xillia 2, the Stream Edition, which will be happening probably not until Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Figures, I have to do streams on both of the days that I'm doing study groups for midterms. That's just great. Better take my vitamin D the day before. Yeah, in any case, we'll be back. I'll post the schedule for next week. It'll be posted tomorrow, but it'll probably be posted a little bit later than usual because I am going to be going to the planetarium at school for a program. Not going to be hosting it, obviously. I don't have that kind of experience, but I will be watching it because I like me some Earth sciences. So, yeah, I'll be home a little later from that, so probably will be a little longer than usual before we post it. But it will be up tomorrow night on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord to let everybody know when we'll be streaming again, but most likely going to be next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time when we meet next. One of the first runs in Sacred Stones. Everyone but Dazla, In, Seth, Erica, and someone else was dead by the end of Erica Chapter 13. Oh, good lord. Yeah, honestly though, fair. That kind of sounds similar to my first Sacred Stones run. I think I did Ephraim Chapter, which was probably a mistake, considering Ephraim Chapter, from my understanding, is tougher, but I don't know, I'd have to play it again to really see which one's tougher. It's been a while since I played vanilla Sacred Stones that wasn't randomized, so. Used to be bad at video games. Yeah, and me too, you know? I guess we really have gotten older, and that age has bred greater experience, as Rowan would say. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will most likely be Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. You know, despite the murders, this chapter's been relatively positive, all things considered. Are those thunderclouds on the horizon? Or is that just me?